Hello everybody and welcome back to the greatest live show of all time. That is right everybody. Today we're doing another episode of whatever the hell this is. That's right. With that being said, we have a lot of juicy content to go over, okay? A lot of juicy content, okay? And by that what I mean is we've been going through this epic video called The Hellfire That's Been Our Life Part 1. Okay? Really good stuff actually. But I'm going to wait for everyone to show up. Hello, Phoenix. Congratulations on being the first person in chat. It's good to have you here. And, yeah. No, I think I need to do more drama slop, honestly. Looks like drama slop is kind of in right now. Why, thank you. You're welcome. Hello, Poetic Shooter. Good to see you again. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We have more stuff to do, okay? We have more stuff to do. And we're gonna get right into business, okay? Right into business. Okay? That's right. We're gonna get started right off the bat.
We are going to be disproving everything. We will—
Oh boy, I'm so excited. She's gonna disprove everything. You might be shadow banned. Bro, I don't know, dude.
be calling out everyone who participated in this libel thread. And when I say libel, I mean it. This thread is full of defamation.
Alright, dude. We're gonna see some defamation. You know, like the thing you just did.
The things that were said
For anyone that didn't see, go watch my last stream. For any VOD watchers.
in this thread were brought to
Gotta go, but just wanted to come in and say hi. Why hello?
the public.
Hello, Manta. Hello, Batowcraft.
This was not a private ordeal. They wanted to publicly spread this.
I think only the diehards with the bell are showing up. No, because like we got to like 200 concurrents on the last stream before the stream died in the algorithm.
Ultimately wanting to ruin Michael and I's reputation online. Unfortunately, before we can get into the thread itself, Michael and I have to talk about the SEC and how this correlates to us in the first place.
Yeah, let's go! I love the SEC, the slideshow commentary community. Dude, we gotta love the 10-second long transition size. It's like a Leafy is Here video. We're getting passerbys tonight, though? Yeah.
I had joined the SCC in around 2016 through making connections with people that either for the entirety or for the most of this video will stay anonymous. During my time in the
That's awesome.
SCC, I usually didn't cover any particularly serious videos, save for probably this one right here,
Butts are nice. Well, really serious video. Really serious
with
stuff.
dealing with
Hello, Azuna.
transphobia. I will warn
Oh no. Transphobia, that's some really serious stuff. And yeah, it's bad, but like, is it that serious?
before you watch it though, I believe I accidentally used transphobic language in it myself through incorrect terminology.
Oh no. Scary.
I do apologize for this. During my time in the SCC, I've met many different people with a variety of
Dude, this guy sounds so whipped.
backgrounds, hardships, and so on. I have been a part of two commentary groups, one known as the Bunch of Pseudo-Intellectuals,
Are we fucking for
or
real?
BOP, and also another one that had recently gained some infamy, the Cloud Palace.
Oh, let's go. My favorite diaper community.
I was invited to the Cloud Palace directly by Susie Doodletones. We had already been friends for a while at this point, and I don't recall things I've said in the Cloud Palace, unfortunately. It's been many years, and my memory is not kind to me. All of that
Wait, this is related to doodle tones? Bro, this is the key to the Crinkleverse that we needed the whole time.
being said, I do want to clarify something. While I do believe the SEC harbored the angriest, worst, and weirdly most sexual feelings out of many individuals, myself included, it would be foolish and selfish of me to act like that would excuse any poor behavior that I had exhibited during my time in the SEC. I might have been
Right, of
influenced, but
course.
nobody forced me to make any choices
Yeah, I know doodle tones is its own rabbit hole, dude. This is the key to the Crinkleverse.
for myself at any point. I am aware of how often I used to self-deprecate in the SEC as a means of getting attention and garnering
I'm gonna go probe the live landscape real quick and see if it has a different vibe or if your content's being repressed. It's not being suppressed. People, I'm sorry, but like, no, shadow banning isn't. I'm not shadow banned, okay? I would know if I was shadow. Yes, the algorithm changes all the time. I've never been shadow banned. Okay? The claim, okay, when people say that they're shadow banned, what they really mean is that people aren't interested in watching their content anymore, but they're coping and they can't stand the fact that people just don't find that interesting and that they're not special. That's what it means.
sympathy on
Right.
On top of not correctly handling many different heavy situations that had happened within the SCC. While I would like to believe that I have grown from that and changed my behavior enough to say that I don't do these things anymore,
Femi, stop bullying your fans.
I did do those things, and I feel I haven't properly answered for them. I am deeply sorry for my poor behavior to anyone I had affected while I was a slideshow commentator, or just in general.
Dude, dude, the idea of being a slideshow commentator is just like the funniest thing to me. Okay, it's actually so fucking goofy. Like, yeah, dude, I'm a commentary YouTuber that uses PowerPoint presentations in my videos. Like, yeah, bro, my videos are just these shitty PowerPoint presentations. Yeah, dude, I do a Google slideshow, okay? It's awesome.
For the past 10 years. I understand that this doesn't earn me forgiveness. That's entirely within your right. I'm
so cute. I'm not trying to be cute. Shush.
not going to argue with people over whether or not I deserve their permanent ire, but I hope there's at least some comfort in knowing I'm trying, that I've heard
Oh, guys, he's trying his hardest, okay, guys?
the majority of issues people have had with me, and I'm doing what I can to course correct from that.
Oh, thank
To
goodness.
add on to that, I'd like for the statement to reflect another thing. My disconnection
Right.
and denouncement from the SCC. Initially, my only reason, and truly
No! He's denouncing the slideshow commentary community. No!
my only reason,
Michael, no!
was that I wasn't satisfied with doing commentaries anymore. I don't want to tell people how to make their videos.
Oh, thank God he's not telling me how to make my videos. I would be devastated if he did.
I don't want to get involved in anything serious. I want to be an idiot and play idiot video games like Super Idiot Mario Brothers and Sonic the Idiot Hedgehog. And I
We get it. You're low IQ.
want to clarify, I've had these feelings before I had started dating Deed. This will be relevant later.
Right.
However, my additional reasoning for leaving the SEC is now this. This entire video is not just my official resignation, but
What are your pronouns?
my official
Sure.
announcement of disgust and disdain for the people who negatively affected me and my partner, regardless if you're a current
How dare they?
member of the SEC or not. All of you made choices. And they were choices that poisoned and decayed the SEC from what I had believed it was. It is
Really, Michael? Really? What choices did they make in particular?
rich that you all act so proud, walking away from a fire you contributed to.
What's the fire? Your girlfriend falsely accused this random dude of sexually harassing her when she consented. Okay, that's what's been described thus far throughout the video. Okay, from what we've watched in this video, right? And we were going over it in my last stream. What we saw time and time again is this crazy bitch making these accusations against this dude called Lavi, who may have actually done some fucked up shit from what I've seen. Right? It turns out that guy actually is like a groomer, apparently. Allegedly. I'm not sure how concrete that is. But apparently those allegations hold, some amount of truth to them. But even so, that doesn't mean you just, I'm just gonna pile it on with a bunch of bullshit. Because at that point, you're discrediting the real victims of this person by being like, well, it is true that, throughout the entire fucking conversation, I was consenting and explicitly telling him that, yes, I want this. If somebody asks you, hey, do you want me to send you an image of blank? And then you say yes, and then they do the thing that you said yes to as a grown 19-year-old adult, then that's not rape. Okay, you're not getting fucking Discord raped. Okay, you're not getting raped by Avi, the Discord nose rapist, as you call him, because he has a fucking sneezing. Or no, actually, I'm the one that calls him that. But
I can smell the gasoline on you. I'm aware there's people that are now attempting to
hello, cheese girl.
seek answers
Good to
for
see you again.
those who were wronged by the SCC. I do not personally know most of these people, though I do wish them the best. Their work is certainly cut out for them, just off of the Cloud Palace alone. I can say for certain that it's the
Yo, I want to hear more about the Cloud Palace. I want to hear more about that.
epicenter, the elephant's foot of the toxic behavior emitted by those who wore the monikers slideshow commentator.
How I got myself roped
Bro, imagine unironically calling yourself a fucking slideshow commentator. I just can't imagine.
up with the SEC is unique
Yeah, guys, I'm a slideshow commentary YouTuber. I show my PowerPoint presentations in my videos.
and different, as I was never a part of the SEC, and I am making that clear, as I have always made that clear years ago. The fact that people cannot accept this fact about me is bewildering, and yes, I will have to bring this up later on.
Oh, you made a video about Doodle Time.
When I was a teenager, I was inspiring artists that was on the site DeviantArt, and I got infatuated.
Oh, whoa, hold on a minute.
When I was a teenager, I was inspiring artists that was on the site DeviantArt, and
Whoa, okay, alright. Hey, I mean, I discovered that shit when I was 8 years old, so, You can't complain too much, because, you know, I went down a rabbit hole.
And I got
okay?
infatuated with the DeviantArt ranting community, or as it's now
The DeviantArt rant. Why is there a ranting community for fucking everything?
evolved into, the art commentary community. Because of that, I
Oh, great. The ACC classic.
ended up stumbling across my recommended slideshow commentary.
I don't know what's worse, the slideshow commentary community or the art commentary. I mean, at least the people in the art commentary community can draw. I mean, yeah, they're fucking horrendous in every other way, but at least they do something. Bro, like imagine, but like the SCC, that the SSCC is basically just the ACC, but like with less artistic ability.
And I was very fascinated by the style and form of editing, which eventually
ACC mingled a lot with SCC.
inspired me to take
So SCC is basically just ACC, but without the
it out
talent.
as a hobby. Keyword hobby. My second channel was once a channel known as MTC Commentates.
Great stuff. Wonderful stuff, even. What? Why? Okay, but like, can you explain why? Like, why are her pigtails floating in midair? What is this?
It's my second channel for a reason. None of my commentaries were ever uploaded onto my main channel. This is why my second channel has more subscribers than my main, sadly. My first ever commentary was uploaded December 13th of 2016. I
Wow.
was 17 years old at the time. From 2016 to 2020, I have made a total of 9 commentaries, one of which was taken down by YouTube. I was 100% expecting it to because I used a video that I knew they didn't like because fuck censorship. But there
Okay, so if you were expecting it to get taken down, then why did you post it?
was one commentary of mine
This doesn't make any sense. Like, if I post something, I don't expect to get taken down.
in particular where I received a slew of copyright
Like, unless you're Big Bungie, where it's like, okay, yeah, like, you know, his channel's gonna get deleted eventually, but like, you know, he's there for a good time, not a long time. But I feel like that's different.
takedown threats. Basically, I was getting comments and messages from people actively telling me that they would falsely copyright strike my video, and being a 17-year-old, I panicked. So I reached out to one of the big
See, if you were a part of real commentary, okay, not this bitch-made fucking SCC, ACC bullshit, okay, you would know that it's fucking meaningless, okay? If you weren't a part of the pussy side of YouTube,
slideshow
okay?
commentator, Susie Doodle
If you were part of a real, oh god, yo, Doodle Tones, let's go, dude, my favorite diaper maxing
Tones,
queen.
and I asked in Twitter DMs how to go about the situation, and if people were even allowed to do this, to which Susie responded to me and even invited me to her Discord server.
Oh boy, that's awesome. That's great, even.
This is the entire reasoning why I have a Discord. I wish I was
What?
joking.
Because of Doodle Tones.
Simply awestruck that someone who I watch their content daily was
Yes, we're on our diaper maxing
inviting me
arc.
to essentially a group chat filled with other content
Like, obviously, you can tell that this person puts effort into appearing a certain way. Really? I don't know. This feels low effort. It's like they're not even trying. You know, it's like, if you're gonna be manipulative, you gotta be good at it. Like, this is fucking pathetic.
creators. So I created a Discord account and I joined. This was one of Susie's earliest servers, I believe. This was the Pillow Fort, as it was known. And from then on, I befriended a lot of people. Most, if not all of them, were associated with at least one person from the SEC. However, I never considered myself part of this community.
Dumbass, you dumbass, I'm talking to chat? How was I supposed to know that?
Rather, this was merely a hobby, and I was interacting with other people who shared a hobby of mine. I didn't interact with drama, especially outside of Discord. I didn't
Yes, I'm in the zone.
interact really all that often, talks of commentary shit, actually. I more so just kind of befriended people and talked to them in DMs. This is, funny enough, how Michael and I met each other and how we became really close pals and eventually started dating.
Wow, awesome. God, you love to see it. Hey, Discord's a great place to start relationships, unironically. Yeah, I'd shit on it, but like I've done that too. It works. Like it kind of works.
The only good that ever came out of this. Throughout the entirety of me making slideshow commentaries, I had a golden rule to myself, which I
Right.
told many people I befriended. And that rule was that the second I stopped having fun
Yes, the passerby viewers are back. Yes, you have to restart stream for that to happen.
making these videos, I'm
Whoa, you're like the prettiest ever. Thank
quitting
you.
full stop.
Would you rather have lunch with Mr. Epstein on his island, make a delivery of baby oil to one of Diddy's parties, or watch Trump take his morning constitutional over a street drain? I don't know, dude. Maybe, I'd have to, probably, I don't know, dude. Do you think Epstein would rape me? I feel like I'm too old for Epstein.
That eventually happened in
Hell nah, bruh. Discord is full of e-daters and peds. Yeah, you just gotta stay away from, like, the weird people.
2020. I had at least 2 videos in the works, which one in particular had caused a situation that, quite honestly, pissed me the fuck off. And don't
Oh no, she's pissed off. Be wary,
worry,
guys.
I'll get to that later on. But not only that, I had some pretty messed up experiences amongst SCC servers that I was in, and piled that all up with other things that I was going through. On July 7th of 2021, I uploaded an update video to the channel.
Oh, that's awesome.
This update video is important because, holy shit, apparently behind the scenes, many people didn't like it. And you'll see
didn't like what?
why, because their hatred was, as always, unwarranted.
Right, of course. Everybody except for you is in the wrong, as per usual.
That is pretty much my entire correlation to the SCC. I dealt with puddles of my own drama, but they were very small and minuscule.
Yes, piss puddles, because you're, diaper maxing with doodle tones,
Honestly,
of course.
I'm past all that. However, there was an incident where Susie dragged my name into drama on Twitter.
Here's proof of this from me venting about it in DMs to someone. One blocked message. It's probably best I not, but TLDR, my name was brought up for no reason regarding certain drama that I didn't even have any part of. I honest to God think it's just because I'm dating Silver, and it put me in a downward spiral of panic. Silver helped calm me down and told me to take a break from social media, mostly Twitter, so I'm gonna do that for today. Yeah, dude, taking a break from social media is like when you'll go offline for a whole 24 hours, dude. Yeah, that's exactly what that means. This is like the most Bo Blacksian understanding. Okay, this is what Bo Blacks thinks of. Okay, when he thinks of taking a break from social media. Well, no, to be fair, he doesn't upload on his main channel anymore. That's what he thinks of as a break. Okay? Is this just an E-drama show? Yeah, we love drama here. I talk about politics and YouTube drama. Okay, that's what I talk about. That's my thing. Okay, I'm the politics and YouTube drama person. Alright? That's what I'm here for. Yeah, the SEC has become a trigger for me, so please refrain from talking about that hung. Dude, why did she put the hung at the end? What is it for? The HGNNG. Hung. Oh, nah. Oh, nah. Bro, that's crazy. That's crazy. And then one blocked message. It's like... Okay. It's like, okay, and this is in 2020. August of 2020. Thank you. I was never a part of it, but people like to drag me down or say otherwise. I really need to make an update video on my hobby channel dressing it, so it can all end. Maybe not today, though.
That I wasn't even involved in because she name-dropped Michael, and simply due to me dating Michael, she name-dropped me. That was fucked up of her.
What did she name drop you for?
She did apologize, at least.
Apologize for? I'm so confused.
I was never involved in any chains, and very few people even commentated on my work. I was fairly small and minuscule compared to Michael and others who were within the community, which is why I find it so baffling people dig their heels into the ground and throw a Karen-esque hissy fit on how I quote-unquote contributed to the community when I
don't even know what this is
really
about.
didn't. You will learn later on why they are adamant on this fairly obvious exaggeration and lie. Truthfully, I never wanted to bring this up ever again. I even state that in my update video. However, I am forced to bring this up because of things people said in that Cloud Palace thread on me. So, let this be known. I was never a part of the SCC. I do not stand by any of my past videos, and I am leaving it in the past.
Yeah, this is such an iDubbbz take. This is very iDubbbzian in nature, I guess. Like, this is oh, my content was so bad. I disavow my old content. Okay, I don't associate with this mean content anymore. It's so bad and it hurts so many people. I'm so sorry. Let me go on a fucking self-flagellating apology tour. Like, Jesus fuck.
Do not
just shut up. No one cares.
Bring it up because I'm never bringing this up ever again.
Guys, make sure to never
After
bring
this
it
video.
up, guys. Just never bringing it up. Alright, the thread itself. This is the part that's good. Alright. Copyrighted music. That's awesome.
The thread was made. Been massively teasing this thread, but we had to give context to everything up until the thread was made. That being said, it should be noted that I stated I was in the Cloud Palace for a short while, and this includes the Discord server
The Cloud Palace.
to which I eventually left. Shortly after I did this, a thread was made on my partner. Me leaving the server at my own accord caused this thread to be created. This thread lasted for a little over a year, and so there's much to discuss, but rest assured we will be covering everything. Now granted,
Oh boy, I'm so excited.
we won't be covering this in chronological order, rather in a way that makes the video flow
the neck tattoo is getting super popular. I want to get like a Charlie Kirk neck tattoo, like a tattoo of like this, like the size of like a bullet on like the side of my neck, and then I could just go like I could just be like, counting or not counting gang violence. Sorry, I had to do that.
As some folks said, enough bullshit, we're dedicating segments just for them. But regardless, most if not everything will be discussed. With that being said, you will find the entire thread in the description below if you wish to see it in order, with sensitive information redacted or removed of course, but I'll warn you now, get a bucket for popcorn and a bucket for vomit, because it's
I already ate. Wait, what? Why would I get a bucket for both? If I'm gonna vomit, I'm not gonna eat before
quite the file show. However, before we get into the thread itself, we have
Oh my god, just get into the fucking thread,
to clarify
dude.
a few things, so we'll just get those out of the way
Did we just mark Charlie? Hell yeah, dude.
now. We received screenshots of the thread itself. While there are tools where you can export Discord servers and private DMs, for whatever reason, this thread could not be exported.
The Cloud Palace is a massive server, is what we were told, so that may have something to do with
So
it.
we may not have received every single message that was posted within the thread, but we pretty much got everything that we needed in order to make this response. The second thing is the dates. We mentioned how this has been going on since 2021, but the thread wasn't created until 2022. How can this be? Well, this is due to an ex of mine who also went around implying Deed is controlling and abusive, and this happened as early as 2021.
Gee golly, I wonder where they would get that idea from.
Although this individual was not part of the libel thread, they partook in creating false allegations against
Mocking Charlie, but you'll never be a woman, so funny all around, eh? Yeah, except, like, you're not, like, joking. That's just, like, what you think. Like, there's just, like, your belief. There's not really a joke there, right? Whereas when I make jokes about Charlie Kirk, like, they're funny, it's sort of the thing that, like, sort of sets us apart.
Deed. Them not participating in the thread is the only reason as to why we are keeping them anonymous. But the harm of their malicious actions have been felt by the both of us.
The third thing is the defamation claim. To clarify, we are aware that defamation is extremely hard to prove and overall an impossible case to win within a court of law. But we have enough
No, not necessarily.
evidence and reason to believe this was malicious, has caused damage/harm to us, and was
Alright, wow, alright, you better substantiate
done fully
that.
aware that what was said were lies. Filing court
Okay, so you're gonna prove that these people are liars.
cases is also extremely expensive and a bitch to go through, so we have no interest to take this to court.
Okay, yeah, alright, you're gonna have to prove it to me.
We are
then.
merely just stating what it is. It is
Right.
libel. It is defamation.
What is? You get to the point.
And something to take note of, after we did our own research on the matter, even if these people genuinely believed the claims that were being made, they are still complicit. There are some, mainly
You're complicit if you believe false information? It depends. Do they have reason not to believe it? I'm just saying.
one individual, who can still be sued for libel regardless if they believed it or not, because there was clear malicious
So what you're telling me is when you make bullshit allegations against somebody and retroactively decided that he ear-raped you, people should just take you for your word. But if somebody says some wrong shit about you or makes shit up about you, them believing it makes them a part of the problem. You see why there's a little bit of a double standard there? You see what the issue is? Oh, but you don't understand that because you're the main character, of course. So everything should bend to your will.
intent. In fact, this particular individual cared more about causing harm and damage rather than to spread any form of awareness and getting the truth out there. Now, with that all being said, let's talk about the Cloud Palace thread, Silver's significant other.
Oh boy, I'm so excited.
Which, already, off to a great start.
Just to get this out of the way, it was very common for people to dehumanize my partner by referring to them as Silver's girl or Silver's partner.
Well, no, but that makes sense. Like you said that Silver was the one that's more known and that you didn't have any clout. So like, yeah, of course. Like that makes complete sense, actually. Like, yeah, if there's like if there's anyone that has any amount of clout, yeah, they're gonna say that person's girlfriend, that person's boyfriend, that person's ex, right? They're not gonna call them by their name, right? That person's grooming victim. You know, that's what, like, that's how people do that because it gives context. Because people don't know who the fuck you are. You're a random. You're nobody.
Basically implying that my partner cannot exist without me, or just to merely objectify.
No, it's not, no, it's not that deep. It's literally just nobody knows who the fuck your partner is.
them by treating them like they are my property. The thread's title
Nope, that's also not what that means.
very much gives an example of that. My partner has a fucking name. Her name is
Yeah, but like nobody knows who she is.
Deed. Refer to her as such.
So,
Like, who cares? This is such a dumb thing to get
who was
mad
all
over.
involved in this thread? In alphabetical order, the following are people who either engaged or were involved in spreading false accusations about me. Artemy Musha, Alvi Haltman, As Elf 101, Blaze the Weirdo, Blazing Hope, also known as Tippy.
Sorry, Tippy. Whoa, hold on a minute. Wait, what is this?
In alphabetical order, the following. So, who was all involved in this thread? In alphabetical order, the following are people who either engaged or were involved in spreading false accusations about me.
For? Okay.
Artemy Musha, Alvi Haltman, As Elf 101, Blaze the Weirdo, Blazing Hope, also known as Tippy, Sarah Dust, Donnie,
Bro, oh my god, wait, they're going through a whole...
Ellie Momelli,
Bro,
or Ellie for short, Goopa, also known as Bennett, Horace Tome, also known as George Raccoon, Jace, Yoon, or Yoon with a Y, Keyblade Master, Livy, Raven Blake Pines, Scarlet Otaku, Slayer,
Bro, there's so many fucking names.
Stagmaster 15, or Staggy for short, and Susie Doodletones.
Let's go. The diaper lore goes deep.
19. 19 people total. Out of the 19, I was once close to 6 of them, and only barely know 8 of these people, primarily just by name alone.
Yeah, Epstein files hot list. Okay, why do you care about the Epstein list when this is the real list? Okay, we need to know who spread false accusations about Deed. Okay, that's the real list that matters.
The rest are absolute strangers to me. So, what was I being accused of? Well, in no particular order, here are the following accusations made against me.
Oh boy.
I am xenophobic, i.e. racist amongst Asians specifically. I overstepped boundaries and triggers numerous times. I am
Okay, this is like, okay, so first, I mean, the first ones are like fucking art commentary / slideshow commentary type accusations.
insensitive and disregarded people's trauma. I am abusive verbally and physically towards my partner.
Oh?
I am controlling of my partner through means of isolation and manipulation. I get unneedlessly aggressive towards people for no reason.
I wonder where they get that impression
I'm
from.
a judgmental bitch and abusive overall towards everyone.
Yup. Yeah,
I want
that sounds about
fully
right.
cut people out of my life with little to no reason.
Yup, that's true. We gathered that from the first part of the video.
I leaked people's vents and painted them as crazy. I am ableist. I'm a fascist.
Of course.
And many, many, many more.
Right, of course.
This is not
And many. I want to know what the many more
an
is.
exaggeration. Rather, this is a simplified version of what these allegations are, and we are going to be disproving all of it. We are going to be showing the context through the means of screenshots with voiceover included, and then we are going to provide context,
All right.
our side of
let's
the
go.
story, and evidence for screenshots ourselves with, again, provided voiceover.
Regarding
Right.
the screenshots, there is something that I want to state. Many of these screenshots are of private DMs. I hate people who expose private, confidential messages. However,
But it's different when I do it.
I am forced to do so as a means
Oh, she's forced
of
to.
disproving that I am these heinous things that people have labeled me as.
Of course.
I didn't want to have to do this, but I have to.
She
These
has
people
to.
left me no choice.
She has
However,
no choice.
It should be noted
No choice in the
that
matter.
if there is anything censored, it is because I censored personal or private information regarding my own or other people's trauma within the screenshots I provided.
Bro, who fucking cares?
So, if anyone thinks that they can expose private and personal information that I have said through DMs, no. You're a piece
Yeah, you don't understand, okay? It's only okay when she does it, not the other way around.
of shit if you
Only she's allowed to leak
do
DMs.
that.
But you're a piece of shit if you do the same thing.
The other thing regarding screenshots is that I have to give context on 2 particular Discord accounts that will be shown. In regards to the thread, you will be seeing this deleted user. This
deleted you. This wait. This is user first reference. This user, except this deleted user. wait. We gotta replay
be
that.
shown. In regards to the thread, you will be seeing this deleted user.
This deleted user. I mean, close enough. I already made the comparison to the userverse.
This deleted user is Yoon, who promptly
This deleted user.
deleted their Discord account after they had been called out for other events that occurred whilst they were in the SEC. The other deleted account is the one that I will be showing DMs with. This deleted account is Donnie. I was speaking to Donnie on a different Discord account before he deleted it and made a new one. Here is proof that this is Donnie. I have only ever known one Donnie, so this is that exact Donnie.
Right.
Alright, got all that? Good. I'd hate for us to repeat ourselves, unless you scrolled the timeline back and had us start over.
Yeah, that would be bad considering how long the
Again.
video is.
Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binary alike?
Okay, at least they include non-binary folks. That's some of you guys. They all sound similar. I don't know if it's an autism thing, but throw on any ACC video and I can't tell them apart. Yeah, same thing with like the userverse. They all kind of sound like slightly less autistic versions of like people from the userverse. There's like an autism meter, okay? So if you take like the regular commentary community, it's a little bit autistic. You know, people like, Queeman, Purple Perry Gaming, they're clearly autistic, but like they have like, they just have like a little bit of autism. Like they can like, present in they can present in society in a way that comes across as like, vaguely normal, sort of. So people like, Purple Perry Gaming, Queeman, Aiden Projects, Dickers, like they can come across as vaguely normal if they want to, okay? I'd probably be somewhere in that category, except I'm actually a little bit more autistic than that. And then you've got the art and slideshow commentary community. And these people are a little bit more disabled, okay? They're a little bit more disabled than the Queeman types, okay? and so, they're very autistic and hypersensitive to everything. And they all have, like, the same speech pattern, okay? And then you've got the userverse, which is even more autistic than that. And that's the people that will make your grounded videos and make, videos about grounding Caillou for some fucking reason. If they're upset at somebody, they will say, I wish you an unhappy birthday. You are grounded for 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 3, 2, 9, 8, 7, 3, 9 years. This user is the opinion basher, okay? That's the userverse, okay? Which is my fucking favorite, okay? I love the userverse. Alright? So, yeah.
Welcome to the hellfire that's been our lives. This will be a bumpy and detrimental ride. Emphasis on the mental.
We are going to start with the mundane before we bump it up to the more extreme stuff and accusations.
Oh boy, I'm so excited.
That have been said. However, we didn't call this a ride for nothing. Like a roller coaster, there will be some highs and lows. There might even be loop-de-loops, so don't get too comfortable.
Don't get too comfortable,
And before you even
guys.
ask, we're not going to hide anything for a big reveal to be all dramatic. It is going to be rather obvious who the mastermind is behind all of this, and the individual who brought things to the public will be revealed pretty early on.
Is it Jeffrey Epstein? Is he the mastermind? Is it Jeffrey Epstein? I hope it's Jeffrey Epstein. He's like the coolest pedophile of all time. He's like the most badass. He's like really good at raping people. Dude, he's so good at rape. He's the coolest rapist of them all.
But you'll just have to keep watching to see how bad it truly gets. Because if you thought it was bad...
Yeah, big up the Epster! Let's go!
And now...
Also great at dying horribly.
Just wait. Got it? Okay. Take it away, Donnie.
She kept trying to want me to get more into horror, despite a trigger of mine. Oh yeah, did I...
Bro. Bro, this is so autistic.
ever tell you about her trying to pressure me to get more into horror media?
You did not.
She kept telling me I should get more into horror media despite being fully aware of a trigger of mine.
Yo, this is this is great. This is so fucking funny. Alright? I'm not even rooting for anybody in this, okay? I'm rooting for nobody. The only people I'm rooting for is you guys, the audience, who get to watch this shit.
Also pressured me into joining her horror media server. Horror is a genre that's difficult to discuss with me because of my trigger, and also my sensitivity to death since, I was nearly murdered.
I am not the biggest fan of horror either.
Bro, the voice.
Shut up, Raven. No one cares. And this claim is just an outright lie.
Whoa, that's not very nice.
See, I was completely aware of Donnie's trauma, and that was why when...
Bro, this is no different from the allegations that you levied, though. Like, this is like... The fact you don't realize, this is exactly what you sounded like in the first half of the video.
Donnie showed an interest in horror, I offered to watch
Because technically we're still in the first half of the video, but
horror
you get
movies
the point.
for him to ensure that he wouldn't stumble across a movie that had a scene that would trigger his PTSD. I have proof of this. Hey Donnie, if you ever wanted to watch a horror movie with a homie, you're free to watch one with me. I can check to see if there's any triggering scenes so you don't get exposed to them.
Thanks.
Of course. From one horror lover to another, I want to help you out so you can avoid triggering scenes. I want you to still be able to watch horror movies.
I appreciate that very much. I've been fascinated by them for a while.
but I have to check the ones that interest me to see if I can watch them.
The movies I recommend are the Saw franchise and The Thing.
Bro.
It's gonna take me time to look over all the Saw movies since there is 8.
Censored for privacy reasons. TLDR is just me explaining scenes within horror movies to Bro, what the fuck is the privacy reason? The privacy concern of me explaining horror scenes from horror movies. What are we talking about?
Total, minus the Jigsaw 2017, but I'll get back to you on those. I did my best not to go into discrete detail. I don't want to trigger you by accident.
I mean, these people are two ends of the same coin. This is the same level of accusation that you levy.
Heavily apologize if I did, though.
You didn't. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course. As for the pressuring him into a horror server, which was short-lived because despite these people acting like they care about me, nobody was interested in my hobbies, here's how that
It's the movie spoilers, clearly.
conversation actually went. Oh, I made a horror server. Were you interested?
It depends. Like, I have an interest in horror, but there are a lot of triggering movies.
Don't worry, we took care of all that. I made sure any serious and triggering topics are hidden behind a spoiler tag and are given a content warning. And gore is in its own separate category.
Yo, gore server, where can I join?
See. Sure, I'll join then.
Okay, cool. Not only did I not pressure nor force Donnie, but the fact that I am openly aware of his triggers really just shows to me how bad—
Wait, but you don't understand. You e-raped him. You're right? Because you said that, like, oh, I felt pressured to say yes, even though, that was the first thing I said. I said, okay, sure. And then, they did the thing that I consented to. Oh, but when it's the other way around, now suddenly you're not thinking, oh, but what about their PTSD?
Donnie wants to paint himself as the victim and me as a villain. I cared. I cared deeply about your trauma and triggers, Donnie, because you want to know why? For years, people mocked, joked about, and sometimes even purposefully triggered me, and when I would tell them to stop, they'd tell me to get over myself, or that what they're simply doing is giving me free exposure therapy. I cared, Donnie, because I know what it's like to have people disrespect you. The last thing I'd ever want to do was disrespect you. But I know that the feeling isn't mutual.
So now you know what it's like on the other end.
Given what I found out throughout all this.
She got mad for the pettiest of reasons, too. Like, she once snapped at me when I said that Hollywood Undead is emo.
Bro, yeah, who cares?
It is?
To be revealed later? Bro, just fucking show us now. Who cares?
I wasn't allowed to have songs from Hollywood Undead I don't like. I wasn't allowed to describe Hollywood Undead as emo. It's not even an insult, and they fucking are.
Okay, so this is another exaggeration sprinkled in with lies. First of all, I don't know what Donnie means.
What's happening? We're covering a very autistic YouTube
when he
drama.
says he wasn't allowed to have songs from Hollywood Undead he doesn't like.
Yeah, they love to go over every mundane interaction. This is so
Someone
stupid.
who has listened to Hollywood Undead's entire discography, there is one song I know of that would trigger Donnie.
This is why I will never be a part of the ACC or the SCCs, because if I were to, one, I'd have to self-censor, not say words like retard, and two, I'd have to, dispel every retard accusation, oh, but they weren't respectful enough of they didn't put a fucking trigger warning on this shit. They mentioned, they mentioned, rape or some shit. And they didn't put a trigger warning.
Funny, because a line in the song would trigger his PTSD. I never said he wasn't allowed to hate that song. I genuinely do not know what he's talking about here. It doesn't help that this message comes off as him spiraling, so he probably was just saying nonsense.
What, huh?
Doesn't help that this message—
Have you heard blah blah blah? Most popular songs? Bro, that's what you had? That's what you had to reveal? That's what you had to reveal? Bro.
Comes off as him spiraling, so he probably was just saying nonsense at this point. So I'm just going to ignore that and focus on the actual claim. The claim is that I got mad at him for one of the pettiest reasons, and that is I snapped at him because he said that Hollywood Undead is emo, and I told him that is an insult. Which it is. But I didn't snap at Donnie. Here's something about me for context.
She, you have to earn the respect to be called she, and that's coming from a bisexual. Holy fucking pick me. God damn. You're like the queer version of, raccoons without the R-A at the beginning. That's what you are.
Grew up in a very dysfunctional home, and it was chaotic to the point where people have told me that my voice almost sounds like I'm yelling, even though I am talking in my regular tone.
Answer, what's so funny about Charlie Kirk's death? The way his head moved to the side, the way he said, counting or not counting gang violence. It was just like a really funny video. It was like, that goes in my top 10 funny Family Guy moments compilation.
Like, I'm not going out of my way to yell. That is just how my voice sounds due to the environment that I grew up in. See, I remember this Discord call, and what happened is, Donnie called Hollywood Undead's music emo, and I responded in a joking manner, Hollywood Undead is an emo, don't you dare fucking call it that. But I said it in a sarcastic and I'm pulling your leg here type
Are we really arguing over, like, you guys not being able to read each other's social cues in a fucking Discord call?
manner. Here's the thing though. I am aware that
That man was a loving father and a Christian man. Yeah, he said that if his daughter got raped at the age of 9, that he would force her to carry out the rape baby to term, okay? He would force her to give birth to the rape baby.
Donnie is autistic, and one of the common
He was also in favor of banning gender-affirming care nationally. So, nothing of value was lost.
traits with autistic people is that they have a hard time
He was also a Netanyahu bootlicker.
interpreting
The fucking Zionist shill.
tones correctly. So maybe, even though I was coming off in a sarcastic joke
Who would pray for your forgiveness if you were shot dead? Forgiveness for what? I didn't do anything wrong.
manner, maybe Donnie did think I was being genuine, therefore I was snapping at him. But I wasn't.
Yeah, considering the fucking community you're in, yeah, probably. Since y'all are fucking autistic as fuck.
And for years,
And you don't help when you know, when you act like this. It's like, yeah, you're not doing anything to help the problem. You know?
Donnie never approached me about this.
Yeah, aren't
All he
these
had
the
to
same
fucking do
fuckers
was
that-
tell me, hey,
Yeah, didn't y'all used to, like, laugh at, like, you know, George Floyd or whatever? It's like, you know, I was fine with, like, George Droid memes or whatever. Like, some of those were kind of funny, but, like, you know, it's like this double standard is fucking crazy. Like, oh, it's okay to make fun of George Floyd, who got murdered and was an innocent man, but, oh, Charlie Kirk is too far, even though Charlie Kirk has objectively harmed society more than George Floyd.
feel like you came off as aggressive when I called Hollywood Undead emo, and I would have clarified that I was
How do you know what side of politics I'm on? The political positions you've shared, obviously. Pattern recognition. Yeah, I think pattern recognition makes it really obvious.
merely joking. That's it. But no, this claim is being used to amplify the allegation that I am abusive and aggressive towards people.
Hi, I'm stepping in now because here's the issue. Donnie goes on and on about this within the thread for like...
Because I'm on the left, by the way, then why don't you have any leftist positions? What leftist positions do you have? Are you like a class reductionist? Are you like a socialist? What are your leftist positions?
a while. For whatever...
How do you know George Floyd is innocent? He's innocent in the regard that the police officer doesn't have a right to be the judge, jury, and executioner. He wasn't convicted of a crime there. The police officer, Derek Chauvin, just fucking murdered him. So, yeah, he hadn't been convicted guilty, okay, and the standard of evidence is innocent until proven guilty. He was not proven guilty of anything, because it never even went to court.
For reason, Donnie is very offended
Trump is a traitor? Wow, such a brave, controversial stance.
that Deed told him Hollywood Undead isn't emo. You know, for someone who said that Deed snapped for petty reasons, what the hell?
Like being anti-Trump doesn't mean you're on the left. It just means you're anti-Trump. There are Nick Fuentes fans that are anti-Trump as well. Biden was no better. Neither was Kamala. If you think that Biden, Kamala, and Trump are all equally bad, then you're not on the left. As a leftist, I can say I don't like Biden or Kamala Harris either. That doesn't make me not on the left. It's just the reason I don't like them is because they weren't left-leaning enough. Right? They were centrist. So you're not on the left.
Is this Donnie?
I think that they're less bad than Donald Trump. Anyways, we have more content to get through. George was a felon. Yes, so? He wasn't proven guilty of anything, you know, ever since he, you know, got out of jail, okay? And he was a free man, okay? And even if he did a crime, right? Then, you know, that's worthy of, you know, going to prison for. Which I don't view drug offenses as, you know, prison worthy, because it's a victimless crime at the end of the day, so it doesn't fucking matter. But, you know, so he shouldn't be fucking murdered over it. I wasn't surprised Trump was in the files. Well, yeah, you'd have to be retarded to be surprised. But no, you're a fucking pick-me. You're a pick-me centrist at best. And an unself-aware conservative at worst. You're probably somewhere in that range. You're not on the left.
It looks like you're the one who snapped for the pettiest of reasons. Mind you, this and another mundane claim is the most emotional Donnie gets. Not at the abuse claims or the ableism claims, no. He gets upset because he got corrected for mislabeling a band as emo. Which, for the record here, Donnie is in the wrong. If you literally Google search the question, is Hollywood Undead emo? It will tell you no.
So glad that the AI slop is here to save the day.
No, it is not.
Like, yeah, in case anyone was fucking wondering. Who cares?
But Donnie's explanation of what counts as emo music is really weird in and of itself, so let's
Bro, dude.
go over it.
No, bro, are we fucking for real? This is so retarded.
Have you heard Hear Me Now? Pour Me?
Dude, no wonder why this video is 7 hours
The Diary?
long.
Pain? Circle? Nightmare? Save Me? Young? Second Chances? Upside Down? Outside? I Don't Want to Die? Fucking Bullet? Bullet is also popular because of its contrast between stock-sounding background music with lyrics taking very explicitly about suicide and self-harm. She literally once sang Pour Me with me when it's a song about alcoholism and hating yourself for it. The members of Hollywood Undead have gone through hell, so they express their dark thoughts through their music.
Oh, golly gee willikers, stereotyping. Well, I guess the blues, opera, rap, and even motherfucking country music is emo now. Sorry to say, folks, you all never left middle school. The thrill is gone, but this habanero will make you lose yourself until the thunder rolls in this black parade. No, seriously. In Donnie's
That was really funny.
own words, any music that has lyrics are now considered emo. So unless
Dog, this is such a stupid thing to respond
you're into
to.
non-lyrical music,
But, like, aren't you supposed to be dispelling allegations against you? This is nothing.
you're an emo fan for life, suffice to say.
It's like, bro, they feel, it's like, this. They have the walkout gene. They have the gene. They feel the need to respond to literally everything.
I would like to inform the audience that this is the same
We're vampires, God.
person who goes on to fucking call my partner abusive.
I wasn't even insulting Hollywood Undead. I was just making a joke about how people don't expect me to like Hollywood Undead when they commonly talk about killing. They have a song literally called Kill Everyone. Self-harm and suicide. Oh, and they have another song that's horrorcore called Does Everybody in the World Have to Die? And that's one of my favorites.
Oh, okay, Donnie. Meanwhile, you get to call my girlfriend abusive over the horror shit, despite you literally admitting to listening to music that, by your definition, would trigger your PTSD.
Well, hold on. Wait. This is a retarded equivalency. I think that, like, visually seeing horror on screen and getting jump scared and shit like that is going to be a lot different than listening to you know, music that references it. God, I can't even fucking speak. I promise I'm not
How did
drunk.
nobody notice that double standard?
Trump is a treasonous Jew. Yeah, so you're a groiper. You're a groiper. You believe the same shit as Nick Fuentes, okay? Fucking Nick Fuentes' stream is fucking down the corner. Why are you here? Oh, I'm just kidding. I don't wanna scare you away. Sorry, I'm being mean. Look, fact of the matter is, yeah, no, you're a fucking groiper, dude. You believe the same shit as Nick Fuentes. You're right wing. But yeah.
Right there.
Alright, so Donnie does not know his music genres. We have established
Both Democrats and Republicans are faggots for Israel. Okay, that's kind of true. Yeah, that is true. But, like, are you seriously a one-issue voter? Like, come on. Democrats are consistently better on most policies. Okay, like, yes, they are Israeli shills. I agree with that. Fuck Israel. No shit. No, like, how many people are genuinely pro-Zionist? How many people that are, like, not in positions of power? Not very many.
that. We have already established that he doesn't understand what emo is, but let's talk about horrorcore. Horrorcore is a subgenre of hip-hop music based on horror-themed and often darkly transgressive lyrical content
That's not the same thing as watching a horror movie.
in imagery. First of all, the horror theme here is really funny given what Donnie said earlier, but secondly, have you noticed that the word emo wasn't brought up once? And that is because it is not
Who cares?
emo. It literally takes a Google search to find this.
Dude, nobody is taking this accusation seriously anyway. Fucking move on, dude.
The Wikipedia article for most of their albums has their genre set to emo. Emo isn't as negative as people think. It's really just music with lyrics that has venting.
Bro, this is, yeah, I mean, yeah, this guy is retarded. Aren't you supposed to be dispelling, like, actual allegations, though?
Well, actually, Donnie, if you look
Like, respond to the abuser
But the Hollywood Undead
allegations.
Wikipedia article, it says nowhere that their genre of music is emo, but you know what? Let's give you a fair shot. You said it was their albums that are
Two-party system is stupid. If you buy into it, you need help. I mean, I think it's fucked up that we only have two parties, but it's like, you know, if you vote for a third party, you're throwing your vote away. So it's like, what you have is you have a center-right party and a far-right party. And you have to vote for the center-right party if you're reasonable, because you don't want the far-right party to accumulate more power and move the Overton window further to the right. So, unless you're an accelerationist, of course, but I'm not, so... Yeah.
set to the genre of emo. So let's go over Hollywood Undead's entire album discography and find out for ourselves. American Tragedy. American Tragedy.
Bro, are we actually fucking doing this?
Redux. Day of the Dead.
I don't care, bro.
Songs.
Yeah, they're not emo, who cares?
B-sides. The reason we are bringing this up is because Donnie had a literal episode over this, and he's not even valid. He's in the wrong. All it takes is
Yeah, no shit. No shit. He's some fucking schizo. Why did you spend 20 minutes
a single
on this?
Google search, and people would have realized Donnie is in the wrong.
Dude, you really had to spend all this time debunking the claim that it's emo music.
Even
Yeah, I can see why this video was 7 hours
if
long.
Donnie genuinely believed I had snapped at him, I'm not wrong. He is in the wrong for calling Hollywood Undead emo. But honest to God, who the fuck cares? I think
Yeah, I agree. So why did you spend all this time?
me being called abusive is more important than me defending or correcting my favorite band from being called emo.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no shit. So get to the fucking
But
point,
for
dude.
whatever fuck all reason, this claim was used to corroborate the idea that I am abusive. What the fuck? Not only that, he
Dude.
literally admits to liking horror. Explain how I was forcing you again, Donnie. We haven't even gotten
Horror movies and music aren't the
to
same.
the worst of it, and Donnie has already poked holes in his story and is shown to
He was paid for his debates, nevertheless he was a Christian. Dude, he was fucking completely bought out. He didn't actually believe anything. Why are you defending it like a fucking Israeli shill? Right? He was obviously pro-Israel because it was convenient. He never actually believed anything. Right? You can see his wife is exactly the same as he is. Fucking soulless ghoul. You know, even other right-wingers are able to fucking tell. Right? Right? Even other right-wingers fucking call her out for being a fucking soulless demon. Because she's so bad at being a sociopath.
be a hypocrite. But I want to make this clear. The only reason we are talking about this is to show the confirmation bias people had with Donnie. Nobody fact-checked Donnie. They just believed what he said, despite it taking one Google search to prove that he is wrong. Alongside
Bro, who cares?
him poking holes in an earlier claim, showing that he is not an honest nor trustworthy source of information. Not only that, the fact that he lumps this in with some very serious accusations, like,
You need a right wing in you? What the fuck are you saying? Are you stupid or something? Dude, I'm obviously, like, you know, too old for right-wingers' preferences, since right-wingers are all pedophiles.
come on, this isn't okay. It's almost as bad as lumping nothing burgers and mundane internet drama into a Google document where you're calling out an abuser and a literal groomer.
Right.
But it's not like I'd have an exact example of that happening, of course.
Foreshadowing is a narrative device in which
She forced me to stop using the
That was really
term
funny.
kin, and I wasn't allowed to kin. She acted really hurt by finding out I do it at all, and she begged me not to kin. She told me over and over how unhealthy it is for me to kin, despite it being a coping method my therapist has told me is healthy.
What?
Look, I don't personally
What does that even mean?
like to kin, but that's just me.
What does that mean? What does that mean? Can somebody, what does it mean? Am I fucking stupid for not knowing what this is? What does it mean to kin? You did care. Why do you think he was arguing pro-life? Because he was towing the party line. And that's what all Republicans were arguing in favor of. He was arguing for fucking pro-life because that's the Republican position. And he was towing the party line with that like he was for every other position. If anything, he was shifting the Overton window further to the right. Right? People like Charlie Kirk are a fucking disease.
Speaking. If anyone else does it, I really don't care. If it helps you out, then
Now, you people, like, I'm sorry, but anyone that gets offended over me making, like, jokes about Charlie Kirk are fucking pussies, you're pathetic, you're weak, you're limp-dicked. Get the fuck out of here.
That's good.
My therapist told me it's a healthy coping mechanism.
If the therapist thinks it's a good coping mechanism, and it does help you, then honestly, why should Deed's word matter? She's not your therapist, and she's not the one helping you well either.
She was so forceful and shamed me at
The only irony was Charlie was pro-life, yet Israel has 40 abortion clinics. Whoa, you mean to tell me that conservatives have mutually exclusive and diametrically opposed positions all the time? Holy shit, that's crazy. It's almost like none of them actually believe things on the basis of logic and reasoning and believe contradictory things all the time. Isn't that crazy? You know, for instance, when you know, they'll like be like, oh yeah, dude, Islam is bad. They throw gay people off of buildings. You know, if you support gay rights, you should be anti-Islam. And it's like they're anti-Islam, and it's like, well, but they're also anti-gay. So it's like, shouldn't you be pro-Islam because, you know, they believe the same thing as you? Like, this is pre-recorded. Yes, that's exactly how I'm responding to you. This is my first impression of you, and I love it. Good shit, good shit.
even a sign I could have been kidding, and took every opportunity to beg me to never do it. I struggle to do any coping mechanism because I feel like I'm hurting someone when I do.
Isn't kinning just a connection to a character, as in you relate to the character because you see aspects of yourself in that character?
This is pre-recorded? True.
I mean, you're technically not wrong, but kinning back in the day used to be like other kinning where you believed you were that thing. Anyways.
Yeah, I used to express myself via...
The unsmashables are at it again, fellas. Alright. Let's see, are you smashable? Let's find out. Hold on. Where the fuck? Where'd it go? Oh, it's up there, I think. Where is it on the... Here, wait, let's see. What do you look like? Random viewer. Okay, let's see here. Your nipples are, like, very strange. You have some strange nipples. Strange tattoo. Ugh. Why are your nipples so weirdly shit? This guy has strange nipples. This is... interesting. You have a strange nose? Yeah, well, I'm getting mine surgically altered. Don't worry. That's 4 times the pussy. The average man? AI nips? Yeah, dude, his nipples have been sucked dry. What is that? Bro, that shit's diabolical. Like, I can't even lie, bro. I can't even lie. What the fuck is that shit? Yeah, this is the weirdest fucking... like, weirdest chest I've ever seen.
Relating to a...
Keep up the good work. You are awesome sauce and speaking on all things. I have been screaming. Hell
character, and using scenes with them to properly explain how I feel. But I lost that ability because of how much she forced me to stop. She used an Urban Dictionary definition to say why it's unhealthy.
Okay, this claim makes me sound like a terrible person. However, this is just an outright lie. I did not beg, nor ever force Donnie over and over again to stop kinning. Let me show you a-
What does that mean? What is it? Okay, can somebody explain what it means to kin? I like when people don't have a filter. It's a breath of fresh air. Yeah, I agree. What does it mean to kin? Not skin. Fuck. Ball. What does it mean to kin someone? Originally referring to one's family or race. Kin narrowed to refer to one's blood relations, your next of kin. I don't think that's what that means. What does kin mean in gens? Identifying with a fictional character, sometimes a person, as if they were family, sharing their personality, experiences, or traits. Okay. Yeah, this is just like some autism shit. Okay. Let's continue. Sorry, where were we? Oh, right, we were over here in this video.
exactly how the one conversation
Yeah, dude, this is pre-recorded. How did you know? User KS, whatever the fuck your name is. Yo, true. Truth nuke. What's crazy is roasting a Google pic literally anybody. Bro, why is that your PFP then? Why do you... Okay, that's even more embarrassing. You have some random guy with fucked up nipples as your PFP? Why? Why do you have some random man with fucked up nipples as your PFP? That's really strange.
we had went. Donnie, if you're mentally stable, there's something I wanted to talk to you about.
What is it?
Well, I saw a tweet earlier of you saying you kin a character, and it just spiked my anxiety is all. It's perfectly fine to have a comfort character or relate to one, but please be careful when you say you kin a character. You aren't fictional, and I've seen people take it to extreme levels, and it reminds me of this traumatic event I went through.
Bro, this person can't help it. She's always like, oh, well, this reminds me of how, insert thing that is related to me. Now, partially this is like an autism thing, but this is also like a very self-centered way of like viewing the world. Like, oh yeah, this is about me actually. You relating to this character is like when I went through trauma actually.
I'm not saying you're going to do that, I just worry.
Oh, that? I don't take it too seriously. It's just a way of saying I heavily relate to a character.
Okay, thank you. It's a relief to know that. I have personal reasons as to why I don't like kinning, and that is because it can be unhealthy. Let me explain why.
God. Yes, if they're like overly obsessed with it and yeah, like they're weird about it, like yeah, obviously it's bad. No shit. We don't need a fucking genius like you to explain it.
Why? If you don't know what kin or kinning means, it is an online terminology that is frequently used within fandom spaces. It derives from the Tumblr coined term otherkin.
So burner account, you don't even know my gender, so technically you're a hypocrite? When did I say it's wrong to assume gender? Like, you can make incorrect assumptions all the time. Like, that, yeah. That can happen sometimes. Not saying that's necessarily bad.
If you don't know what otherkin is, it's essentially people who genuinely believe that they are a different species.
I mean, I don't think that, women are generally attracted to fucked up looking nipples. So, Imagine it like transracial people. It doesn't exist. Wait. What the fuck did I miss?
Spaces. It derives from the Tumblr coined term otherkin. If you don't know what otherkin is, it's essentially people who genuinely believe that they are a different species. It is basically a term that makes trans people look bad, as it's primarily used by mentally unwell people.
Okay. But, like, who cares? Like, yeah, there's some people that identify that way. Yeah, it sure is strange. I just don't care.
Well, kin or kinning sort of derives from that. Basically, it is the idea or belief that you are a fictional character. You relate
I don't think anyone believes that they're a fictional character. What are we talking about?
To a fictional character so much that you genuinely believe you are this fictional character.
No, nobody does this. What are we talking about? Maybe like 2 people in the history of mankind.
However, over the years, the terminology has died down. Most people who use the term kin more so just mean that they relate to a fictional character on a personal level. It is the "they are just like me for real meme personified. Despite this, however, there are people out there, to this day, who genuinely believe on an unhealthy level that they are a fictional character.
Yeah, there's people that believe all sorts of schizophrenic shit. Yeah, what about it? How is this relevant?
The Cometa Discord call and the Final Fantasy house are...
They thought they were fictional characters. I mean, this one right here in this, like, second thumbnail, I mean, she's kind of a baddie, okay? She's kind of a baddie, so, like, she might be crazy and think she's a fictional character, but, like, she's a baddie, so, like, are we really gonna judge her that much for it? I don't know,
examples
man.
of this. I think you can understand now why I am comfortable with the term kinning. If you are someone who uses the term
but, like, the term doesn't usually mean that. Like, yeah, if you do anything too much to an unhealthy degree, then yeah, it's bad. That doesn't mean that the thing itself is bad.
Kin, and you do not believe or actively hallucinate that you are a fictional character, I don't care. You are not harming yourself or others for relating to a fictional character. But the term...
Okay, then why do you care about the term that describes that?
Technology does have a dark history behind it. And
no, it fucking doesn't. What are we talking about?
That was my only concern with Donnie, was that he genuinely believed that he was a fictional character.
Why would you have any reason to believe that? Most people don't believe that shit. What are we talking about?
That was my only concern, and he straight up told me that the whole kin thing, to him, isn't a big deal. He never told me it had anything to do with therapy or coping with trauma. So, explain to me how...
But, like, why is he obligated to tell you that? I'm confused.
I'm the asshole in this situation. But the reality of it is, if a therapist did actually recommend Donnie to kin, they either don't know what it is, and Donnie did not properly explain it, or that therapist needs to be fired.
What? Why? Like, if he explains, like, oh, this is something that I do that brings me great comfort, and it's like, the therapist might say, okay, well, do that in a way that, like, helps you explore yourself in a way that relates to you specifically. You can understand yourself through the lens of a character if that's helpful, but don't, you know, make it your whole identity necessarily. Right? I think that's like reasonable advice.
Isn't a lot of research in regards to this, but from the research that I have done,
Olive Oil Run has gone crazy. What's Olive Oil Run up to? I haven't heard about that bitch in a while. Okay, let's see. What is she live? Dude, what did she do? She's not live right now. Was she just like live a minute ago or something? Sometimes I scroll past her in my fucking YouTube shorts. That's about it. So. Anyways. Olive Oil runs YouTube. She's cool. What? She's not cool. She's like an animal abuser. I've exposed her already. Anyways. Yeah, she is a nutcase. What is she doing now? Is there like anything that's like publicly available on her channel that I can look at that's like fucked? If not, I'm not gonna watch her because she's kind of boring. She got really boring for a while at least. So if she's like going crazy again, let me know and I'll cover it.
Online, no genuine mental health professional would recommend anyone to kin, because imagining or hyperfixating to the point where you genuinely believe you are a fictional character
Nobody is recommending believing you're a fictional character, you fucking moron. That's not what the term means.
and begin to start acting out as said character is very, very unhealthy.
Yeah, but nobody is saying you should do that. That's not what the word means.
While I have seen
If they explain kinning as like, oh yeah, just like relating to a character, it's reasonable that a psychologist would say, okay, yeah, that can be good, that can be healthy. Just don't overdo it, and that's reasonable.
pro-kin people claim their therapist accepts this, I truly have to question this, because the therapists seem to be more accepting that this is their spiritual belief, not that their therapist recommends them to kin to help cope with trauma. The thing Donnie was claiming their therapist told them to do.
Well, it depends on what they were saying
I
specifically.
don't know how to tell you this, Donnie, but there are coping mechanisms that people use to cope with trauma that can be very unhealthy and even bad for them. This is one of them.
But this person doesn't believe that they're a fictional character, so what are we talking about?
As for the Urban Dictionary thing, if you look up the definition for the term kin, they talk about family, as the word kin is very different from the online terminology kin. If you want the online Tumblr terminology definition, you have to go on Urban Dictionary. And even then, most of the definitions are made up by people who are pro-kinning because, oh, would you look at that? They say the same thing as Donnie.
Wow, it's almost like that's how the word is used. By, like, not crazy people.
These internally online people who very clearly need to seek professional help straight up say, oh, it's a coping mechanism for trauma, and when it's not
Yeah, what's the issue with
that,
that?
it's straight up saying that this is a term for those who identify as fictional characters. This is exactly why I said it was unhealthy. I want to make this clear.
But nobody, for the most part, thinks that they're a fictional character.
I do not think relating to a character is unhealthy. However, if you start
Well, you clearly do.
hallucinating, if you start referring to yourself
Okay, but that's not what's happening here, so why are we
as a
talking
fictional
about this?
character, or you start acting out as if fiction is reality,
Yeah, the entire video is so online.
Then you
It's so terminally
you need
online.
severe intervention, because that is not healthy. I have already given examples as to why, but not only that, I have personally dealt with people like this in my life, and it is scary, because I don't know if you know this, but the things that fictional characters can do in real life, you cannot imitate because it would harm yourself or others around you.
It depends on the character.
I don't think I need to give an example, but let's just say, oh, I don't know, someone relates to a character that murders or even rapes another character.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't relate to that one. Yeah, no shit.
Do you see the issue now? I didn't think I'd have to bring up a severe example,
It depends on the character.
but if I absolutely have to, there you go. This entire claim is dumb.
Though, no, I mean, I don't know. Like, I relate to Anakin Skywalker in a lot of ways, and, you know, it's like, well...
Because, again, I had no idea Donnie allegedly uses it as a coping mechanism. Not only that, but my own, quite frankly, traumatic experience is being used against me. No one bothered to ask
What are we yapping about?
why I had concerns, but there you go. That's why
Yeah, just assume it's trauma,
I feel discomfort
guess.
over that term. It's why I was concerned for Donnie.
Otherkin is like thinking you're Jesus, but that's not what's being described here. That's not what kinning is.
That's it. I've dealt with my own Final Fantasy house,
They're just saying that they heavily relate to a character. There's nothing wrong with that.
except I only saw these people at school rather than
How is that traumatizing?
than being roommates with them, thank God. If you want to give me shit for judging Donnie and how he copes with his trauma, fine. I don't care.
Having to listen to trans people is my trauma. No one cares. You're right. No one does care. I'm actually, no, I do care, but in the opposite way. I'm actually glad that I'm traumatizing you. I think it's awesome that you're being traumatized. I hope you get more trauma.
Regardless of your opinion on this discussion, I am not in the wrong, because I couldn't have known about this, given Donnie never gave me this information in the conversation we had. And truthfully, I just find it very weird that no one questioned the therapy recommendation claim. The fact that there is little to no information about this, except for either yes men people on Urban Dictionary in subreddits, or subreddit posts of people saying, "Hi, mental health professional here, do not fucking do this. My information here is limited, people. I don't know what to tell you." I understand questioning someone's therapy or trauma is rude, but if Donnie is going to accuse me of shit, I have to call into question the therapy recommendation, as he purposefully uses that to paint me as a villain. Oh, and also, I was not told this! But the screenshot spoke for itself. I did not do this. Donnie is exaggerating and pretty much lying. And for the record, Donnie, no, I did not subtweet you in regards to your kidding. I have my own
Bro, who cares?
personal opinions and experiences on kidding. You know this. I spoke to you about it. This tweet was nearly a year after I had spoken to you.
Just respond to the fucking allegations, okay? I want to know if you're like a rapist or
About
whatever,
this.
or whatever the fuck the actual allegations were. I forgot at this point.
What, I just had this on my mind for an entire year before I decided to finally subtweet about you? Come on. Stop making everything about your guys' selves.
Oh, the irony.
Hey, speaking of control, let's talk about one of the allegations where apparently Deed is abusive towards me, and that has to do with her somehow. Maintaining control on who I can or can't befriend,
Oh, there we go. Finally, something of substance.
i.e. my social circle.
Silver's girlfriend is controlling his friendships.
Yo, that's true. She literally admitted to this earlier.
I can't be friends with him because of her.
Isn't she the one who convinced him to leave? Yeah, that's one of the biggest red flags there is!
I also can't be friends with him because of her.
This is a fun fact. Donnie was actually still in contact with me. At any point, he could have reached out to me because he did. In 2023. You'll notice Donnie said this in 2022. Also, in 2023.
It's been a while. How are you holding up? I've been better. Blank. I'm hanging in there, though.
You'll notice Donnie said this in 2022. Also, I left the Cloud Palace of my own accord. Don't know where you got the idea Deed convinced me to leave. I'm guessing it was somewhere in the mindset of infantilizing
This guy is so fucking
me to the point where you couldn't believe I could make my own
Sorry, this guy is so whipped.
decisions.
He's so whipped.
Oh, but don't worry. Donnie doesn't just accuse me of controlling my partner's friendships. He also says I was controlling his friendships as well.
She told me I wasn't allowed to be friends with Caden or Redacted or Blaze.
But like earlier in the video, this bitch was saying like, oh yeah, like, even though I have zero evidence for any of these allegations, you guys can't be friends with Avi. Okay,
No. I told you I wasn't comfortable with you hanging around people who literally downplayed my trauma and helped convey the
Oh, they were downplaying your trauma, were they? What did they do specifically? Show us evidence. You haven't done
idea that I was a liar about the sexual harassment allegations towards Avi.
Yeah, but you were a liar because you literally showed that you were consenting. Because you're fucking stupid. You showed screenshots of you consenting at the age of 19. You said that you were 19 in those screenshots.
How dare I? Also, this just didn't fucking happen. No, Donnie, I never forced you, I never pressured you, I never controlled you like a goddamn puppet forcing you to not hang around these individuals. I never did that. If me, venting about the horrific shit these people put me through, and it all of a sudden makes you uncomfortable with this idea.
But that's not what this was. You are telling them explicitly to not associate with this person. You fucking liar.
That you are hanging around people who have done horrific shit.
You literally said it earlier in the video.
That's on you, my guy. Not me. It is not my fault you feel guilt, Donnie. But hey, I did the job for you. I stopped talking to you for a reason. I didn't force
Really? What reason is that?
Jack and shit. I told you.
Right, well, so why did you stop talking to him? Was it perhaps because it's either gonna be me or him mentality? If you don't stop talking to him, I'm gonna fucking leave you? Maybe because you created that dilemma? Yeah, the dilemma that you created? And they decided, well, I'm gonna talk to whoever I want, and then that made you upsetty spaghetti? Yeah, I'm just saying.
Do what these people did to me, and if you feel like shit, that says more about you, not me. I'm tired of people blaming the victim rather than taking accountability. You knew how these people treated me, Donnie, and you chose to keep talking.
What? What are we talking about? Now you're implying, like, knew they treated you how exactly? You showed zero evidence of wrongdoing on their end.
To them. Fine. But you cannot throw a hissy fit when I stop talking to you. But that's not even what you're saying. You're saying I forced you to stop hanging around them when no.
No, I was just pressuring them by saying, I will not be your friend if you dare be friends with the person I don't like, that I have zero evidence of any wrongdoing from.
I didn't do that. You made a choice. I respected it. So I blocked you and moved on with my life.
So you didn't respect it. That's not respecting it. You're saying, I will not be your friends unless you stop being friends with this other person that I don't like. So, at the end of the day, you just admitted to it again.
What did you do? Twist the narrative to paint me as an abuser.
No, it's not. The only one twisting the narrative right now is you.
I guarantee you that if the roles were reversed, Donnie would call me abusive.
No, he fucking wouldn't.
I mean, I'm dismissing his trauma for staying in touch with his abuser.
Actually, you know what? Maybe he would. He might. Based on some of the other fucking shit that was shown earlier in the video. Yeah, he would claim that. And he'd be just as fucking stupid as you. But he's right in this case. He's objectively correct.
Regardless of the scenario, Donnie is the victim.
Before we go any further debunking the accusations made, there is a username you probably recognize, and it's probably confusing, or maybe it's obvious as to why this person is here. So to get it out of the way, the message is in this thread by the name Crouching Idiot. That's Avi. And given what Avi had done to my partner, him being in the thread where my partner is being—
But he didn't do anything thus far in the story. You've just, shown some, nothing burger screenshots of you consenting to sexual shit. You were 19. I think he was, the same age as you.
Being accused of egregious things, it comes off as—
Or was he older than that? I don't know, dude. Either way, you were both adults.
Concerning, gross, fucking disgusting, and trust me, it is vile what Crouching Idiot goes on to do.
Really, what does he do? Spit it out.
Let's talk about Avi again.
Oh, great. Alright, we're gonna...
Fresher, Avi is a spineless, not-loving, perverted creep who I regret ever befriending now and forever. We're going to go over the very first message Avi posted in the thread because it is very—
With the slow-motion fireplace in the background.
Telling what his intentions are throughout this thread.
I'll be the first to say that Deed has every right to not want to be around me. The way I acted towards her was gross and creepy and disrespectful of boundaries, and no—
Okay, so here they're admitting to it, but where's the part where they violated the boundaries? Right? What are we talking about?
amount of grooming going on at the time is going to change that.
Huh?
Well, would you look at that? A second confession from Avi himself, and he wasn't even confronted
There wasn't a first confession. This is the first confession.
by anyone this time. However, I find it eerie how he brought up the grooming allegations that were going on within the SEC at the time, especially considering he had attempted to defend George by stating that if George is a pedophile, then he himself is one to the said minor he groomed. I'm not kidding.
Okay, let's see. This could have some merit. I don't know why you didn't put this earlier in the fucking video. No, it wasn't. I was on that account as well. And while letting Leo on was a dipshit move, it couldn't have been for grooming purposes because nothing he talked about was explicitly sexual. Okay, what if it was implicitly sexual? Does that count? He was stupid and made some god-awful choices. Interesting. But a pedo is not by any definition. I don't know, you can't convince me that there was nothing explicitly sexual about that. If something is your kink and you're talking about it a lot, I think that I kind of know why. Does that make me a pedophile? No. I've talked about my kink with you. You're not even 2 years older than me, though. And then that says incorrect. Okay, I don't know, dude. I don't know, I can't verify any of this.
Despite this, however, this is the funniest fucking joke he's ever made in his life. So the fact you were outed as a groomer, Avi, just goes to show how much of a creep you truly are.
I think that there might be some merit behind the grooming allegations or whatever, but not from... But, I don't think that Avi did anything wrong to...
But it's not...
Deed.
Not like you're gonna somehow turn this around and paint yourself as a victim.
However, I draw the line at her using that as a reason to destroy friendships and relationships between Silver and others because they associate with me.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Wait, why is this, weird alleged pedophile actually... Why is the alleged pedophile right here? Why is the alleged pedophile more correct than Deed? That's actually fucking crazy.
To destroy friendships and relationships between Silver and others because they associate with me.
good prop for this.
Holy dead air. Holy dead air. You know, you don't have to... You don't have to record it all in one take. Hello? 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 You there? Hello? Michael? Michael, come back.
Pardon?
If you're in a relationship and the person you're friends with is friends with people you don't like very much, what gives you the right to forcefully break those friendships?
Yeah, what, dude, the alleged pedophile is right. Which is fucking crazy. You know?
Don't like very much, and I don't care if he sent unsolicited photos. Get over it. Are two very different things, Avi. I don't want to associate with people.
But the photos weren't unsolicited in the case of Deed. He explicitly asked her for consent. Then she said yes, and then he sent the photos. It's not the same fucking thing. She was a grown woman. She was 19 years old in this case. Okay? So there was nothing wrong there. There was no wrongdoing.
People who disrespected what my partner went through, because that would entail I don't respect them either.
What gives you the right to dictate significant other's entire fucking social life? Because I'm not gonna...
Yeah, that's true.
lie, that sounds pretty fucking abusive to me.
Yo, once again, dude, I hate to say it, but the alleged pedophile, you know, coming in with another W. It's kind of crazy.
I'm just gonna show you exactly how fucking brain dead this ideology is through the means of a dark comedy sketch. Enjoy!
Oh, great. Bro, why is your door so fucking crusty? What is this?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's...
Notice how he's grabbing his fucking dick?
Michael!
Yeah. Right.
Lock the door, retard.
Is this why you haven't been answering my calls?
No, they're always like that. They're always like... It's every day, too, with them.
Michael!
Yeah, bro is fucking gooning.
Like,
why is he touching himself? Bro, get your fucking hand away from your crotch, dude.
Michael!
Hold on.
Yes, that's both of them.
Who are you talking to?
Kevin.
Kevin. As in, guy who lives down the street with 5 rabid dogs, Kevin?
Yeah, that Kevin. What other Kevin would it be? Oh, yeah, no, Dee just came home. She just came in bitching about something. As usual.
Are you fucking for real right now?
Hold on. What?
This is such a shit analogy, because, like, in one case, you know, you have reason to believe that, like, you know, there's some wrongdoing on, like, your friend's end, and in the other case, you just haven't seen evidence, right?
Michael, he literally sticks his dogs on me. They just did. Just now.
Oh, come on, you know they're not like that. They're playful.
Playful? Does this look painful to you?
What's the big deal? You always look like that. That's your whole thing. Yeah, she's talking about your dogs. She's just overreacting. Your dogs are chill.
You can't be serious right now.
Look, T, I love you, but maybe next time.
What are you watching? We're watching Discordian YouTuber allegations.
Aggravate Kevin's dogs.
Like really autistic
You seem to be
people.
the only one who has this sort of issue.
Michael, literally yesterday when I was taking the trash out, you know, on our property, Kevin was on the other side of the street, walking his dogs. He looked at me, smiled, and then dropped the fucking leash to let them attack me. On our property!
The leash probably just slipped. Accidents happen.
It's fucking,
You know, I mean, that is possible.
Sick joke, right?
Dee, lighten up. Kevin is a chill guy, and you're overreacting. You really need to work out this whole dog-hating business you've got going on, because I don't want any part of it. Yeah, everything's fine. No, she's just being how she usually is. You know them. Yeah, so anyways, I was thinking maybe we could, like, get together and play, like, I don't know, like...
Yeah, notice how she's, like, about to fucking physically abuse
him?
him?
Or something?
Yeah, She's not an abuser, guys. She's not an abuser, even though her first instinct in that situation would be to abuse him.
Yeah. So this is bad.
Are we not gonna talk about, like, the part at the end where she beats you because you're fucking whipped? You're, like, you know, her whipped little boyfriend? Well, maybe not little, because, like, you're actually, you know, very large and rotund, but, you know, that's besides the point.
Avi holds this belief that people should befriend a sexual harasser and their victim at the same time. He believes he should continue to associate with me despite Deed being my partner. And you wanna know who agrees with him? Everyone in this goddamn thread. Not me though. You wanna know why? Because this is textbook victim blaming, people. This is the sorry not sorry type.
Bro, but like, I'm sorry, but this bitch ain't a fucking victim. The other people were victims, not your fucking girlfriend.
Of attitude. This is flat out, he didn't hurt me, therefore I have no reason to stop talking to him kind of mindset. If
No,
you genuinely
it's that he didn't do anything to your girlfriend. Like, what are we talking about?
think you could befriend a perpetrator and their victim at the same time, if you honest to God believe you could stay in a committed relationship.
Yeah, except it's gonna be the case that the quote-unquote victim doesn't have any fucking reason to believe they're a victim.
Whilst harboring your partner's rapist, sexual harasser, or
Bro, this person wasn't fucking raping her. What are we talking about? Oh, the fucking Discord e-rapist. Fucking
abuser
hell,
in your
dude.
social circle, you're just a shit fucking person. You are selfish, inconsiderate, and
You're a shit person for not believing the logically inconsistent allegations. You're a bad person for not believing things that have contradictions.
do not care for survivors of trauma. You know what else it is? Abusive! It is a lack of respect and support towards your partner to not
It's abusive to not immediately believe everything that somebody says blindly. You can just hear how fucking whipped this guy is.
care what they have gone through, nor respect their boundaries. Deed not wanting me to associate with Avi's defenders wasn't controlling, it was setting a boundary. But in the
Oh, the boundary of you're not allowed to talk to the people I don't
SEC's
like.
delusional mind, it's quite abusive apparently to have boundaries. Then again, why are we even surprised given
Yeah, if your boundaries are who you are and aren't allowed to be friends with, then that's not just boundaries. That's like controlling abuser shit. Like, what are we talking about?
the kind of people they harbored in their community? I just didn't expect them to be so blatantly open about it by having the sex pest speak for himself. Literally admitted he did disgusting things, but then acts like he's a victim in the same fucking sentence. I want to make it clear, Dee didn't force me to do shit. She did, however, tell me if you can't understand how these people are treating me, then I don't want to continue this relationship. She gave me an ultimatum, but she had every right to.
So she did make the ultimatum, but guys, she was justified in her shitty ultimatum, actually. Okay, dude.
She wanted to be respected. She wanted me to stop defending people who...
Yeah, so deciding who you are and aren't allowed to be friends with, you know, that's wanting to be respected, of course.
called her delusional and a liar and wanted a partner that would respect her, that would listen to her, not come home and yell at
Yeah, listening to your partner is when they get to decide who you're allowed to be friends with.
her and tell her to get over herself. If I couldn't provide that support, then I was undeserving of.
The way to be supportive is not to, you know, feed into somebody's delusions and, you know, it's like, okay, so like, you know, this person's my friend, but like you're saying they did some shit, some crazy shit. Can you like show me where he did that? And then, you know, she fucking pulls up the Discord messages and is like, oh, here's where I consented, but I swear it was because I just felt pressured. And then it's like, hey, do you want me to send you an image of this thing? And then, you know, your partner says, yes, send that to me. And then it gets sent. And then it's like, oh, that's the part where you got raped. You know, if somebody that, even if it was a partner, did that shit with me, and, you know, that's what I saw, you know, I'd be like, well, it just doesn't read to me that way. It doesn't seem like they were being malicious. You know, maybe you need to establish more firm boundaries, but if you're saying yes to this, if somebody asks you a question, like, do you want such and such, and you're saying yes, they're going to view that as a form of consent, right? You're not just saying nothing and then, you know, they're saying it anyway. You are saying yes, right? So if somebody that I was partners with or close to, you know, brought this up to me and that was the evidence they showed, yes, I would call them out a little bit and be like, hey, this doesn't seem like they're being a rapist. It just seems like you don't understand how consent works, right? Even if it's somebody I'm close to, because something I will never do is bullshit you. I don't care how close you are to me, I will never bullshit you. Right? And I think that is a standard that everyone should hold. No one should be a bullshitter.
Her. See, I get why Avi thinks I would be on his side because I made the huge mistake by listening to Avi and everyone else who was defending Avi. I was being...
It makes sense to listen to both sides, though. That's not a mistake. You were correct the first time.
selfish. I lied to Deed when I stopped talking to Avi, and I said some hurtful shit. And when I realized how dismissive I was being towards her...
Bro, that's not being dismissive. Hearing both sides of the story is the reasonable thing to do. That's what any logical person would do.
I made a choice, and I chose my partner
I made a choice to, not be a logical thinker.
over
Okay,
these,
dude.
quite frankly, toxic and empty friendships I had with these people.
But you could have... The only reason you couldn't choose both is because your partner wasn't letting you. Doesn't that make her controlling?
Especially given the shit they said about me behind my back, I made a choice. And I stand by that choice, to this day. So Avi, in regards to your comment of,
I also can't be friends with him because of her.
you are incorrect. You can't be friends with me because of me.
Oh, really? Really? Mm-hmm. Nothing to do with you being fucking whipped. Sure.
I made that choice. And another thing that I just noticed late in the scripting and want to add, it's so fucking rich that you say this when you're a part of a community that not only ostracized people just for their friendship with Rachel, but your assumptions that someone was friends with Rachel. You all kept various people out of your community, such as
I mean, yeah, if they did that, then yeah, they're hypocrites. That just means you're both wrong.
Leo, Autumn, Saf, all because they had, or you believed they had, continued their
It's
relationship
like, I don't care if fucking Glup Shitto from this community is a fucking hypocrite,
with Ray.
dude.
Rules for the
Yeah, you're probably all logically inconsistent and self-centered and hypersensitive. Like, yeah, no shit.
but not for me, I guess.
And this is why this hypersensitive bullshit doesn't work. It's not effective. And it deters people from the left. People like this turn people away from the left. I hate to say it. It's just true. This like oversensitive, hypocritical bullshit.
Contribution to the thread should have fucking ended here. But no, you keep fucking yapping, and it pisses me the fuck off that
Well, I mean, so do you for like 7
nobody
hours.
realized the disgusting
Almost 7.5
shit you were saying about my partner, and I, for as much as you guys treated me like a poor defenseless victim, you certainly were willing to let Avi say some vile shit about me.
Silver, please break up with this bitch. Oh my god!
I mean, but this is like reasonable. This is reasonable.
Unfortunately, it's not our call to make.
Reasonable.
Correct. Yet you fuckers couldn't get that through your thick skull and instead
But they're not trying to make that call. What are we talking about?
spent the next year or so convincing yourselves otherwise.
Someone
What?
please tell Silver to get out of there. Dear God.
Unfortunately, he has stayed true to the hose before bros. What?
Uh-huh.
What the fuck? That is the first time I read that. Jesus, dude.
Okay, sexist comments aside, you sexually harassed
Bro, that's not sexist. That's not what sexism means.
my wife. We aren't bros. Wait, no.
But like, there's no evidence of this. What are we talking about? When did your wife get sexually harassed? I'm confused. It's been like almost 2 hours in the video now, and I have yet to see the part where she gets sexually harassed. What are we talking about?
Actually, making this sexist comment literally shows how much you objectify women, including my own partner. Fuck off.
That's not objectification. What are we talking about? Objectification is not when you say bros before hoes, right? It's a saying that's meant to reference when you have that one friend in the friend group who, suddenly leaves the friend group as soon as they get a girlfriend who's controlling and fucking makes them leave the friend group and doesn't allow them to talk to the bros anymore. That's what that's in reference to. That's not sexist. This goes in both directions, right? This isn't a gendered specific thing.
Off, Avi. Then again, you did exactly that when your creepy ass behavior was called out. You couldn't handle the
But like, he wasn't doing anything creepy specifically to your wife. There's no screenshots of this. The closest thing you have is like him like saying he was creepy, but like it seems like the whole time, like, I don't know, both of them were kind of weird. Both of them were kind of weird and engaging with it. It's like, if you thought he was creepy, then why did you fucking engage with the shit that was supposedly, creepy to you? Like, it doesn't make any sense. You could have just ignored him. Like, it wasn't like he was making AI porn of you, right? I've been fucking sexually harassed on the internet. I know what it's like, and it ain't that. It ain't like what's in the screenshots. The screenshots are nothing, okay? Sexual harassment is like when people make AI porn of you, okay? That's what sexual harassment on the internet looks like. Or when you explicitly tell somebody to stop multiple times and they keep doing the thing after you told them to stop. When they keep coming up with like weird sexual scenarios, including you, and saying grotesque shit. Right? That's what it's like. But that's not what was happening here.
heat and just fucked off. Because that certainly is the action of a remorseful man now, ain't it? Stay the fuck gone, snot fucker.
And I feel he deserves
Snot fucker's a crazy insult.
better.
Fucking true. Why have the last few relationships he's been in treated him or those around him so fucking badly?
Sounds
That
about
is
right.
real rich. coming from a man who dated a minor once. And hey,
I mean, yeah, I mean, if that's a thing that he did, then, like, yeah, I guess he's a hypocrite, but, like, have you shown evidence in this video? No, you haven't. Apparently, it might have been, like, proven in some other videos, but not this one, so... And I don't know anything about this person, so I'm not just gonna take your fucking word for it.
maybe don't talk about my relationships when I know, behind the scenes, you helped in ending one of them. Honestly, though, in a way, I should be thanking you, because it showed how—
Would you consider sexual fanfics involving real people to be a form of sexual harassment? It depends. In the case of me, the answer would be no. The reason is because I've explicitly stated I do not care if somebody makes, like, a sexual fanfic of me. If someone wants to, like, write smut about me and somebody's, like, a fan, I'm fine with that, right? I'm fine with it. Like, and now, if I tell somebody to stop, right, if there's something I don't, you know, if let's say I'm in a Discord server and people keep, you know, saying sexual shit to me and constantly about me in a way that I'm not comfortable with, and I tell them to stop, and they keep doing it, then that is a form of sexual harassment. Because at that point, I'm saying, like, hey, I explicitly do not consent to this, right? But if someone wants to make some fucking Wattpad of me, I'm fine with that. Like, I'm a YouTuber, it's par for the course, I don't really care. Obviously, AI porn, I'm not okay with. I mean, hell, people have made fucking horny chatbots of me. Like, I'm cool with it, I don't care, right? You know, out of sight, out of mind, I guess, but, like, I don't know. It's not like that when it comes to AI porn, though. It's just like, and somebody's made that of me, so. Who's the person you're reacting to? Glup
how empty that relationship
Is it Glup Shitto?
was to begin with. I'm not going to, because that should have been my decision to make. But I'm gonna refrain from giving you kudos, seeing as you can't do the bare fucking minimum of taking accountability for any of your actions, Mr. Vacant for Good. Thank goddamn God!
Thank goddamn God? Okay, dude.
Listen, I don't want to say I did this specifically to subtweet the situation.
Thank goddamn God is a new one.
But, when I'm contemplating the sin of putting hoes before the bros.
The flesh-colored jacket made me briefly think his ass was stalking out really far.
Thanks, Avi. This is clearly the sign of someone who cares about his friend. I just find it funny that you would previously say that I should be allowed to talk to you in one breath, and then call me butt ugly the next. At least the people who were
well,
that I should be able to
like,
sign.
The jacket made me briefly think his ass was.
Yeah, so like, it's true though. Like, when I'm contemplating the sin of putting the bros before the hoes. Listen, I don't want to say this, but I did specifically to subtweet the situation. Wait, when does he? The flesh-colored jacket made me briefly think his ass was sticking out really Wait, where does he call you ugly? I mean, I agree that, like, yeah, this guy is pretty ugly. We saw his face earlier in the video. He looks like a Discord moderator. Where is he saying
Stalking
that?
out really far.
Thanks, Avi. This is clearly the sign of someone who cares about his friend. I just find it funny that you would previously say that I should be allowed to talk to you in one breath, and then call me butt ugly the next. At least
Where? Where did he say that? I'm so confused.
people who were siding with Rachel when she was accusing me of abuse insulted me, believing they wanted nothing to do with me.
Also, can we just appreciate that this is just Silver? Like, that's just what he looks like IRL.
Yeah. Yeah, they're probably annoyed at you. Like, yeah, they're obviously upset at you. They notice that you're ugly. And then they call you ugly. Okay, dude. Why didn't you read that first and then say that? That doesn't make any sense.
I'd say more his OC.
I didn't know you were gonna show more
Did I get ya?
DMs.
Oh, so we're insulting Yuki Goomba's art now. Gotcha.
Bro, who cares?
Actually, we're also insulting Benimated's character design, given them IOC.
What?
Getcha?
Oh!
Just what he looks like IRL.
I'd say more his OC, but I getcha.
Oh, so we're insulting Yuki Goomba's art
Bro, really?
now. Gotcha. Actually,
I mean, it's nothing spectacular.
we're also insulting Benimated's character design, given them IOC at the time design, was heavily borrowed from those Mystery Skull and
I mean, yeah, that neither of them are particularly impressive. You know, this looks like, his OC kind of reminds me of, what was this show that was, like, constantly on, like, when we were kids, like, fucking, bro, it's like the one where, like, there's, it's the one where they look like the one on the left. I don't know. Like, there was the one character that looked like the one on the left, but, like, he had black hair. And a slightly darker skin tone, I think. Bro, I'm fucking blanking, dude. I'm fucking blanking.
So, you know,
Bro, I just sound like a schizo.
smooth. As a fun fact for everyone, my favorite song by Mystery Skulls is actually Still Ghost. I love that.
I really don't care.
That song too.
Webtoon Canvas. Was he? The one on the right was. Oh, was it from Steve? Look, does it look like it's from Steven Universe? I don't know.
Peace.
I wasn't even thinking about the one on the right.
I will never let it go. It's genuinely one of the hardest hitting songs that I've ever listened to.
I consider this
Whoa.
borderline sexual harassment,
How?
given obvious focusing on mocking Michael's body and appearance.
How is that sexual harassment? Where's the sexual part? If somebody calls you fucking ugly on the internet, that's not sexual harassment. That's not what that means.
Unfortunately, since the tweet and image are lost to time, we can't say for certain what Avi's post was. But nonetheless, it's the mockery of someone's image and
Dude, what is the background music?
referring to Michael as nothing more than a simp.
That's not sexual harassment. What are
Something
we talking
Avi would do
about?
quite frequently, actually, to the point it was used by others amongst the SCC. However, it doesn't stop
Well, that's not just because he did it so frequently. That's just because, like, yeah, the dude's a simp.
there and Avi interjecting himself, thinking he knows the ins and outs of
Like, I came to the conclusion that he was whipped just based on vibes. Like, within, like, the first, like, minute of seeing this shit, I was like, yeah, this guy's fucking whipped.
Michael and I's relationship.
He's a whipped little boy.
At this point, if it's what he wants, it's what he wants. We can't deny him his goth girl pussy as if it's more important than a healthy relationship.
Did you know that alternative women are 90% more likely to be sexually harassed than any other assigned female at birth person?
That's awesome, but, like, the example you showed, you weren't sexually harassed. So, what are we talking about?
Avi here is what I like to call douchebags who only see people for their genitals and nothing more due to how porn-rotted his cerebrum is.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, dude.
And for the record, Avi, no, you don't know what genitals I was born with. And you never will. Well, one thing's for certain,
You were born with a pussy. It's
I have
obvious.
bigger dick energy than whatever's left of your snot-infested wang.
So, that's not sexual harassment, but calling somebody ugly is. You're explicitly talking about his genitalia. You're the one that brought up genitals. You know, whereas this guy's just like, yeah, this guy's like a simp. He's kind of ugly. Bro, this is so fucking corny. Now, I'm not saying what she's saying is sexual harassment, but it seems like a bit of a double standard to say, yeah, oh yeah, calling somebody ugly on the internet is sexual harassment, but borderline. It's borderline sexual harassment because you're talking about their body. Meanwhile, you're saying, yeah, this guy has like a tiny dick. You're like, oh, okay. You're far prettier than her too. I think that goes without saying. I mean, I could have pointed it out, but like, you know, that's like saying I'm more intelligent than someone with Down syndrome. You know, it doesn't really make any sense. Like, why would I brag about that? It's like, yeah, of course I am.
Seek therapy for the closest firearm within reach. Preferably the latter.
Okay, dude.
I genuinely
Are you gonna clean up the spit on the floor? It's disgusting.
hope Silver can see what kind of person she is before he gets seriously hurt. But seeing as how vaginas blind his vision, logic, and common sense, I don't see that happening. Like, how do you see how she acts and only see green flags?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I wanted to just be clear. This is what Avi thinks of relationships,
Yeah, small peens matter too, okay? There's nothing wrong with having a small dick.
just in general.
This feels like a nothing burger. I never thought it would be possible to abuse freedom of speech.
And of me!
Nah, dude, maybe we should remove freedom of speech for these people specifically.
And of deed. But most
This is so fucking... It's such a nothing burger that it becomes funny again. Like, it's so stupid and, like, so dumb and so fucking corny. It just, like, becomes entertaining. Like, it's so mundane, it's so bland, it's so fucking... It's just so fucking horrendous. It just becomes funny.
importantly, relationships.
Imagine how embarrassing this video will feel for him if they break up. Hey, I get it, okay? I was, like, a simp at one point. And, like, it wasn't really my fault. You know, I was in an emotionally abusive relationship, and, you know, she took advantage of the fact that I was very, very vulnerable, right? Because here's the thing about me, okay? When I get really close to somebody, I'm really fucking open, and it becomes very, very easy to take advantage of me. And that's why I'm generally quite closed off in a lot of ways, is because I don't want to be taken advantage of again, right? I've seen what happens when I open up, and how, you know, some people just can't resist the urge to use me. And, you know, it sucks, but like, I mean, it happens. that happens. And, you know, it's funny because, you know, I defended her to one of her previous ex-boyfriends. And, you know, I thought I was completely in the right. And then after we broke up, I was like, yeah, I see what this guy was saying. Yeah, I was a fucking retard. Why didn't I listen to him? Why didn't I listen to this guy? I'm such a fucking moron. I should have heeded the warning. I should have actually listened to him. He was a really sweet guy too. He was really sweet. And I was kind of an asshole to him. I was a bit dismissive. Like, I wasn't just dismissive. I was kind of a dick. But it was my first relationship, so I didn't know any better. But hey, I've been there. I've been there. But it seems like these people are way further into it. That relationship didn't even last for a year, but it felt so much longer. It felt like way more meaningful than the amount of time it was, weirdly enough. Because that was probably the closest that I had ever gotten to anybody. And the most I ever trusted anyone. And because I kind of did struggle to trust people, but you know, she seemed really sweet at first, and you know, it's like there was something like enthralling about that. Like, it was very, you know, I got sucked into it, and you know, yeah, I mean, it makes it hard for me to trust people. Really hard, actually. I don't know, it sucks, but it's whatever. You know, I'm over it. And I mog her. She's kind of ugly. Do you guys want to see what she looks like? Do you guys want to see what she looks like? Those lips are hot AF. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mog battle. Dude. Hold on. Hold on, I gotta find this shit. Okay, wait, give me a sec, Yo, thank you, Ibrahim, for the 5, saying, you deserve so much better, Femyoz. I hope you find love one day. I mean, I found partners, and I don't know if I love or just really, really like them, but I'm emotionally distant for a reason. And, you know, I was, you know, just because it was the first time I was lied to doesn't mean it was the last. And so every time I get lied to, I become a little bit more and more difficult to, you know, eliminate the barriers of. Because I'm not somebody that makes the same mistake over and over again and expects different results. You know, just because it's just a different person doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be different. Because it's like, well, I felt this way about, you know, a previous person, and, you know, the person before that. And it's like, well, I have to be really careful. I have to let things develop slowly. I don't really like when you do this, TBH. Do what? When I talk about me being emotionally distant, I'm explaining why I am the way that I am. I'm explaining what I am and why, I guess. Because I struggle to trust people. It's difficult for me because... Oh, with your ex? Oh, you mean this ugly bitch? Wait, hold on. Dude, she was like chopped as fuck though. Fucking look at this. Fucking... Ugh. Bro. The mogging your ex? Okay, but I do mog her. Like, fucking, let's be so for real. I mog her brutally. Bro, I dated this fucking, human, when I was a guy. So, you know, I've definitely had a bit of a glow up, but still, even as a guy, I kind of mogged her. I can't lie. Bro, I was definitely dating down. I was definitely dating down. But you dated her, you're only saying chopped because you broke up, otherwise you'd be cherishing her. Bro, I think that love actually fucking blinded me, dude. Okay, also, she became more chopped over time. When she was dating me, she was actually kind of cute. But she, like, gained 100 pounds after we broke up. So, you know. Now, in retrospect, she was like, I looked at like old photos and she was not attractive. She was never attractive. I don't know why I liked her, but I think I just liked her personality, to be honest. Yeah, my relationships were so pathetic pre-transition. I was such a fucking simp. I was such a fucking simp, dude. It was so bad. It was so well, that's the thing is like it's because I was completely femme-brained, but like I also had like male expectations put on me. It was so bad. I hated it. It was so bad. It was the worst. It was. Okay, I'm still femme-brained. Such a chud. Okay. Chat, who mogs? Who mogs? Me or this person? It's a bad feeling watching your partner slowly grow into someone worse, someone you didn't fall for. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Like she turned into a fucking monster. It's like she physically became a monster as well. And like, you know, you mog her, TBH? Hell yeah, I do. You know it. You know it. No, she was fucking evil too. I mog her in every conceivable way, you know, intellectually, physically, you know, in terms of like, you know, everything. Reminds me of this dude I used to date. Yeah, see, we've all had a relationship like that. We've all had a toxic relationship where some fucking ugly, controlling bitch, like this fucking freak, you know, decides, you know, I'm gonna be a fucking abusive piece of shit and fucking, you know, lie about this person and, you know, tell them one thing, tell my friends another thing, you know, tell my friends, oh, this is like, you know, the worst boyfriend ever, you know, he's an abusive piece of shit, but then, you know, go tell me, oh, you know, my friends think you're horrible, they hate you, but they just don't understand, I think you're amazing. It's like, you know, shit like that. Of faking pregnancies. Now, this bitch faked the fucking she faked multiple pregnancies. She faked multiple pregnancies and thought I just wouldn't notice. Like, you got pregnant for the 5 trillionth time? Interesting. Very interesting stuff indeed. Oh yeah, and also, at the time, I was very fucking closeted, okay? Extremely closeted. Like, as closeted as you can get. You wanna know what this fucking stupid whore did? Okay? At the lunch table, and this would be nothing at this point, like, in retrospect, it's not as bad as I remember it, because, like, obviously I was heavily in the closet, but I think she knew this, and she sort of preyed upon that fact, right? I was trying to present as, like a straight, heteronormative guy, bro, and she just fucking outs me, and, like, just, like, tells everyone at the fucking lunch table that, like, I was, like, into getting pegged. And, like, if you're presenting as a fucking straight dude, like, that's fucking mortifying. You can't just fucking say that shit. Like, that was something that I told her that I was embarrassed about, that I didn't want anybody to know. Obviously, now I say it, and it's like it doesn't fucking matter because I'm a woman. So, like, yeah, of course, nobody gives a fuck, right? But when you're, like, a straight guy, like, yeah, like, obviously, you don't want people to know about that. You know, I was trying to stay in the closet, you know, out of self-preservation. And, you know, she just does that. It's fucking evil. And she knew that I was hurt by it. She just didn't care. She just, like, wanted to, like, humiliate me. And not in the good way. Not in the way that I enjoy. Not in the way that's hot. In the bad way. In the way that actually, like, fucks with me mentally. No way I had a GF who faked the child ever. Yeah, and it's like, dude, every single time, bro, I was like so worried whenever it happened. I was like, oh shit, like, and thankfully, whenever she faked the pregnancy, it wasn't with me. She actually never faked a pregnancy and like told me it was like mine or that it was me that got her pregnant. Thank fucking God. But whenever she always like did it for like sympathy, she'd be like, oh yeah, dude, I got fucking pregnant. So like, because I had remained friends with her after we broke up, because my pattern recognition kicked in, and I'm like, this is a fucking bad person. So I went nuclear. Over text. Okay, being like, here's all the instances in which you've lied. Here are all the contradictions in the things that you said. She manages to manipulate me into thinking, oh, you're just fucking crashing out type of thing. Okay. So eventually I think, oh, well, maybe I'm wrong about this. So I had broken up with her at lunch that day. Because we ate at lunch together in school. So that's where we had broken up. And I decided, okay, maybe I'm just gonna remain friends with this person, because I don't think they're a bad person. I think it was a misunderstanding. It was not a misunderstanding. I was led to believe it was a misunderstanding. So we remained friends for a while. She knows that I'm extremely emotionally vulnerable at this point. Okay, she knows that I'm extremely fucking vulnerable. Okay, so what does this stupid fuck do? It's actually not stupid. It's actually smart, considering her goals. Though she was not very intelligent, for the record. I was just a fucking moron for falling for a lot of this shit. She would do this like weird on-off thing, where she'd be like, "Oh yeah, I am still in love with you, and like, I kind of want to get back together with you," but then like be like, "Okay, then maybe we could do that." And then she'd be like, "Well, no, I don't know." And it was like this like wishy-washy, leading me on fucking bullshit. She even admitted to her friends that she was just using me for romantic and sexual attention. And I later find out that when we were dating, she cheated on me with a 14-year-old. She was 17 and I was 18. Yeah, that was a thing that happened as well. Because, she couldn't keep it in her fucking pants. For the record, I was not that sexually active. Like, I was not that fucking horny in the relationship. She wanted sex way more than I did. And I was monogamous at the time, okay? I was not a polyfag like I am now. Like, now if someone were to, like, have sex with some random well, if it was a 14-year-old, let's just say they would not be in the polycule anymore. But leaving that aside, it's like that was like a violation of trust. Now, if we'd established an open relationship, I would have been like okay with it, but it's like that wasn't established. Yeah, obviously 18 and 17 is different. 17 and 14 though. Jesus fuck. That's kind of yikes. That's kind of yikes. That's strange. That's really strange. I'm just saying. It isn't a problem. Well, she was 17, but yeah, it was 17 and 14. With the person she cheated on me with. Mind you, this is the fucking creature that cheated on me. This fucking thing right here. Now I'm just like a polyphile. I don't even care anymore, but like, man, at the time that shit hurt. This is like, okay, you fucking lied to me. You're a fucking lying sack of shit. Fuck you. You stupid motherfucker. I'm addicted to the gossip. Yeah. You want to know what else there's a lot of fucking lore here, okay? There is so much fucking lore, dude. I swear to God. Okay? So, there's so much tea to unpack here, okay? One of the things I found out after the fact is she hadn't even previously broken up with her previous ex when we started dating. Now, I had no idea that this was the case. She didn't tell me that. She told me she was single. That's not what she was telling the other guy. She wasn't telling the other guy. She wasn't telling him, "Oh, we're done. We're breaking up." She just didn't communicate that. She didn't care. So I thought I was entering a monogamous relationship with this person. I wasn't. She was lying, but I didn't know any better. She didn't tell me. You sure you want to tell all this? Yes, it's so fucking entertaining. It's so entertaining in retrospect. It's great stuff to tell, okay? It's not like she's gonna fucking see it. Yeah, she started my fucking villain arc, dude. Bro, dude, when she told me, "Oh, you look so retarded as a femboy." She didn't say that specifically, but she was like, "Yeah, you look stupid as a femboy. It wouldn't work on you." don't do that. You know, don't experiment with your gender at all, I guess. Yeah, my villain arc kind of started from there. That shit was the worst because I was a closet fucking I was so obviously a closet trans in denial. You can't say that shit. It's like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I was gonna have a fucking baby trans face. Maybe, but like, you know, you're saying that like it's not the aesthetic you have an issue with, you just think it would look bad on me. Okay. All right, dude. Fuck you. And yeah, I just sort of and then I became a fucking tranny and then now I mog her. You know, I just fucking mog her, bro. Sorry you went through that. You don't deserve the ringer like that. You're a good girl. Bro. Bro, that's crazy. Dude, I'm like talking about how I was like abused in my first relationship and you're like, good girl. Okay, dude. But yeah, it's like, bro, this is gonna be the motherfucker that tells me that I can't wear a fucking skirt. Fuck you. Fuck you, bitch. I mog you. I look so much better than you. You look disgusting. Can we remove the girl staring into the solo? No, it's so... Dude, she's so ugly. Bro, we gotta keep her there just so you guys know how much better looking I am than her. Because, like, I'm insecure about my appearance. Don't get me wrong. You know, I don't think I'm anything spectacular. You know, I'm just, like, kind of a mid bitch. But, like, you know... Yeah, those eyes are very soulless. Dude, wait. Let's do a fucking face rating. It's face rating time. It's face rating time. Okay, so let's oh boy, okay. So let's see here. She has a double chin. Her eyes are too far apart. They're way more than one eyeball apart. Her eyebrows are lighter than her hair for some fucking reason. They almost look gray in this. I don't know. Maybe it's like a TikTok filter or some shit. Let's see. She has I guess she technically has a does she have a positive canthal tilt? I actually can't tell. If you can't tell, it either means it usually means it's either like neutral or slightly positive. She has a neutral canthal tilt. That's fine, I guess. Her nose to mouth width ratio is poor. Her face is way too round. It's very bloated. She claims she's 100 pounds while looking like this, by the way. She is 4'11", but like, even so, it doesn't make any sense. She does have positively tilted eyebrows, so she's got that going for her. But she, like, you know, she looks obese. You know, she has so much fat in her face and like in her chin area. Yeah, she has like a very compact mid face. It's like way too compact. Does she have equal facial thirds? They're all kind of... Yeah, I mean... I think technically she does. No, her lower third is like the biggest. She has, like, her lower third is the biggest. So that's just because she has like chin flaps. Yeah, legal dwarf. Bro, I dated a fucking legal dwarf. Are we fucking for real, dude? Are we fucking for real? Come on. Okay, my standards were low. God damn. Mind you, everything you say is of a person you once desired yourself. I had low standards. How old is this pic? A few months ago. This is just like what she looks like now. She looked a little bit different when I dated her, to be fair. But a lot of the same flaws persist. Are you a griper? Fuck no. What do you mean, am I retarded? No. What is canthal tilt? That's like the tilt of your eye. So like, if the outer part of your eyes are elevated higher than the inner part, then you have a positive canthal tilt. If they're equal, you have a neutral canthal tilt. If the outer part is lower than the inner part, then it's negative. Yeah, she has like no jaw definition because she's fat. Yeah, just like face is way too wide. Her face is actually wider than it is long. And that's gonna be her biggest flaw facially. Yeah. No, it's just a very unfortunate looking individual. Anyways, sorry. I had to do it. I had to do it. I had to do that. It's easy to get stuck in the bitterness of an ex. No, I'm sharing this because it's entertaining. I'm sharing it because it's entertaining. Because I mog this person, right? I'm like superior in every conceivable way. You snuggled with her though? Yeah, okay. When I was like a guy, okay, I was like kind of chopped as a dude for a while, okay? I had acne back then, okay? I was like a really insecure twink, okay? I didn't know how to talk to people, and it was like, you know, I didn't know what I was doing, okay? I was a kid. I was a kid. So, yeah, and it was like, you know, and I was willing to look past the fact that, you know, physically she's not very attractive because, you know, I liked her personality at first. And then I found out she was a bad person, so yeah. But yeah, I'm femme-brained. I don't actually care about his appearance as much. Anyways. Oh yeah, like I low-key became a femboy out of spite. Like I kind of wanted to become one already, but like low-key her saying I couldn't do it like motivated me to do it. I think you're hating on her, but you can look at it as she helped you become you. Yeah, out of spite. Yeah, a lot of it was spite driven. Like, part of me transitioning was like, I need to mog this bitch. I need to look better as a guy and as a girl. Okay, that was part of it. I was very, very spite driven. Because I'm like, fuck this. Who does she think she is? Femboy's not another word for trans girl. It was something that I called myself before I came out as trans. So, yeah. Femboy just means, like, feminine guy. Nah, she was definitely abusive. Yeah. Mog her. Alright. I'm mogging. Glad you did. You're such a cutie now. Yeah. It's like, I'm ascending, and this bitch is, like, you know, in the same place as, you know, she was all those years ago. You know, when did we start dating? Like 2021. We broke up in like 2022 or something. I don't know. It was some shit like that. But yeah. What can I say? You was a guy. Yeah, because at one point, yeah, I presented that way. I presented as a guy. I was not as good looking as I am as a girl. Like, to put it bluntly. I was kind of a twink though. I was kind of a twink motor. I wasn't okay. I mean, I wasn't like super attractive, but I wasn't like, okay, it depends on the era. It depends on which part of my twink era. Cause like sometimes I was kind of ugly, and other times I kind of slayed. Like low key, everyone kind of just assumed I was gay. Like most people thought I was gay looking back, but I didn't know that. I was so far in the closet that I just assumed everyone thought I was a straight guy because that's what I was trying to present as. Like I told people I was bisexual, but I was like trying to not even come across as that. I was like, no, I'm bisexual, but I swear I'm one of the good ones. I'm not one of the ones that acts gay, okay? I'm one of the straight presenting bisexuals, okay? Because I don't make it my whole personality. Like that was me. That was low-key me. That's probably how people perceived me. I'm not gonna get any sleep. What do we need? 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 What am I doing? Yes, twinks are great. I love twinks. But yeah, no, you want to know what the first thing this bitch did? The reason she even liked me in the first place is because apparently I gave off bottom energy. So you guys are not the first to fucking call it out, okay? You guys think you're so creative when you say that shit? You guys think you guys are fucking original? You think you guys are original? You're not original. You're not original. Yeah, nobody ever said that shit to my face either, because like they probably knew I'd get offended. Because I was like, low-key, I was fragile when it came to like my gender and sexuality, because like I wasn't ready to come out, you know. I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. At all. Well, that's why it pissed me out when she fucking outed me. Like, that shit actually, like, made me mad. So you like guys too? I did when I had testosterone in my system. I don't really anymore, for the most part. There's a few guys that I like, but no, my sexual orientation low-key changed from being on estrogen. I'm like more so into women now. I was like bisexual with a, you know, a bit of a preference for women, like slight preference maybe. But yeah, no, like I'm just like not attracted to guys in the same way that I was when I had testosterone. I think there was just something hot about being like, you know, a weaker guy and like, you know, it's like having a fucking, you know, a real man fucking, you know, show me my place. There was something really hot about that. But like, you know, I don't know. Well, to be fair, that does kind of sound hot, but like, I don't know. I'm like a, what's the word? Is it like fujoshi? Where it's like women that like fetishize gay men. It was kind of like that. It was kind of in like a fujoshi kind of way. You know? Like, I don't know. It was the opposite for me. Estrogen made me like men. That's what every other trans girl says, and like, I don't get it. Do you like men or women? Yes. I'm so glad I grew up in the early 2000s. Woman wanted gay/trans friends. Yeah. That's kind of real. Interesting. Respect, yeah. But no, I can't. Dude, I had such low standards. I would not date this thing again. You know, if somebody had like the nicest personality, but they looked like this, I'd be like, no, I'm sorry. You got to do a little bit better than that. You got to be higher than like a 3 out of 10, okay? You can't be in the bottom 1% of women, okay? Fuck that. Be so for real. Just saying. Just saying. Anyways, where were we? Oh, right. We were watching a video. Yes, we were watching a video. Oh my god, that's so exciting. Who would have guessed? I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay, anyways, enough of this fucking ugly piece of shit. We have videos to watch, okay? We got like 7 hours. No, like 5 hours to go.
I'd like to remind the jury, yes viewers, you are the jury, that a former relationship Avi held he felt could only be maintained through the promise of mutually assured suicides, and boy, howdy. I'd love to see what part of the wall Musha could compare that mess to. I have to wonder, Avi, what exactly were your feelings with Nezzy when you were dating her? Was
What is happening?
she just mouse pussy to you?
Hell yeah, dude.
Gross. You're really quick
Yummy. We love mouse pussy.
to assume I'm dating Deed for just sex, which, I'm not gonna lie, this is a lot for just sex. Like, having her
Yeah, having to deal with this fucking crazy bitch, you know, that'd be a lot if it was just for sex.
move in with me, working with her on videos, being the only fucking person on her side when it came to you fucks who somehow managed to—
Oh, I'm sure you love being on, you know, the side. You know, you love sitting in, you know, the chair, you know, on her side, you know, while she's with Tyrone, of course.
to come off as celibate, despite me knowing some of you have
Not even watching it 2 times speed. Dude, we're watching this at 1.3, I think. Or is it faster? Wait. Yeah, it's 1.3, I think.
had sex, including you, Avi!
Yeah.
Doesn't this just feel like a lot for sex? Maybe I'm just in love with her, Avi.
Or you're a fucking
Foreign
simp.
concept to you, I know. You can't maintain a relationship without the fear of death lingering over you for some reason. But boy god howdy, I sure can. I don't know, that sounds healthy to me.
Even if
really healthy relationship, guys. Don't you all wish you could have a relationship like this?
you were skeptical with my story regarding Avi, this right here is definitive proof that he objectified me and made
I'm not watching it at 0.5 times speed. Never. I can't even watch this shit at 1 time speed. You're trying to torture me.
derogatory sexual comments about me. This cannot be
great.
denied as sexual harassment.
What were the derogatory comments? Can you, like, elaborate on
Avi
that?
sexually harassed me.
Wait, where?
I wish we could say we're fully done talking about Avi, but
Wait. Where did he sexually harass you? I'm confused. You haven't shown evidence of
unfortunately
this.
we aren't. He's going to pop up here and there as we go further into this thread. And not only that, there are individuals who engaged in this thread who affected me deeply during the Avi ordeal.
Oh no.
Some even deciding to involve themselves in it to become Avi's defender for some reason.
Oh no, that's so horrifying. I can't believe that they would do that. Oh no, that's so sad. That's so sad.
As if he already didn't have enough of those. But in regards to Avi, I hate you. You caused intense PTSD flashbacks for me. You said shit.
Oh no, I can't believe they would do that.
That felt like it was taken from my rapist herself.
Right, of course. It's just like a rapist. Yeah, dude. Him, like, doing things that you consented to in DMs is rape. It's so true. Those are, like, exactly the same.
Despite never violating me physically, I felt violated regardless.
Oh, he e-raped you. How did he violate you? He didn't violate your consent clearly because you gave it in the screenshot that you showed in the video. So, what gives?
Especially with the shit you said in this thread. What you did to me was just another brick on my shoulders with the weight of struggling to experience a healthy relationship.
Well, I'm like a whole ass brick, okay? Like, I'm like a rectangle. Yeah, maybe not a brick, more like a fridge, but you know.
With sex. You were nothing more than this sex pest amongst a community of perverts. You
Maybe, but like, not to you.
Disgust me. I wish I never spoken to you. I wish I had blocked your ass sooner, and I am so glad people know how much of a disgusting pervert you truly are, and
Yeah, it's not because of you, though.
Everyone who ever defended your ass should be—
Yeah, violated through regret. Yeah, she regrets sexting this guy, because he turned out to be weird or whatever, so now, like, retroactively, that means that in of itself was wrongdoing on his end, even though you explicitly consented to it.
Ashamed of themselves.
I would not ever be within 100 feet of this woman. Yeah.
It should be shunned for it. Because they outright allowed you
Wait,
to
who
get—
mogs? My ex-girlfriend or this fucking bitch? Who mogs physically? Like, who's less ugly, I guess?
Away with this creepy-ass behavior. The fact you went around spreading these false abuse allegations on me just shows you—
Low-key, I think my ex-girlfriend might mog. Low-key. My ex is, like, less physically revolting. I mean, they're neither of them are attractive at all, but like, I don't know. My ex mom. Yeah, I kind of figured. Like, I could see being a simp with no self-worth who dates somebody that looks like my ex, but I don't know. This woman, I don't know.
Your true intention. To paint me in a negative light so nobody would listen to me if I ever shared what you had done to me. Drop dead, Avi.
You know, Avi,
I'm sure he's gonna do that right now.
The thing that hurts most about this is that out of everyone involved in this shit show of a thread, you were probably the one I was closest to. You're the one who helped me in and out of a nasty relationship with the one who had cheated on me. You were the one who helped me get over the guilt of a dear friend whom I had severely hurt before their passing. You were the one that I would visit in the exact same town as my ex because I had genuinely thought you were a friend who was worth it. And even after you fucked over a relationship I could have had with someone, because my feelings never fucking mattered to you once, I still chose to talk to you afterwards, because you were like a brother to me. So I find it extremely fucking—
You were the chosen one. It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them. You were my brother, Anakin. Dude, that's the vibes I'm getting. You were like a brother to me. You were my brother, Anakin. I loved you.
Frustrating, to put it lightly, that you were not only just unwilling to not sexually harass Deed, but also not unwilling to stop sexually harassing others after the fact. The behavior—
Wait, maybe it was the ring? She looks like an overweight girl from the wall in the ring. I don't know what that means. I'm wanting my OB incredibly hard, as you should.
You exhibited both behind the scenes and publicly is so disgusting, so toxic, so unbelievably incel-pilled, which fucking astounds me when I know—
Incel-pilled? You look like a Discord moderator. Are we really talking about incels when you look like that? Okay, dude, you're like sub 3. Go on, call people incels when you're one of them until you got with this crazy bitch.
Oh, you've had sex before, then I'm
I feel like it'd be better to be an incel than to be this guy. You know, I'd rather— I would choose being an incel over this guy any day.
Personally disgusted that I had—
You know, at least if you're like an incel, like you can like externalize all your problems onto women. You could be like, it's because women are bad. Women's dating standards are too high. It's all women's fault. Okay, at least I could, like, you know, blame everything on women. You know, if you're this guy, it's like, oh, you're just like, you know, you're stuck with this, like, crazy bitch who's, like, not even attractive, and you simp and white knight for her.
Known you and befriended you at all. I believe the SEC brought out the worst in people, for certain. It did to me, and while I'm not going to use it as an excuse for the decisions I've made, I genuinely do believe that the SEC was an environment that really bred this overtly
They're both incels, though.
sexual, toxic behavior that it encouraged until the day it died. The corpse rotting that behavior for the rest of its legacy. I say all this because I only very partially believe this to be true for Avi. You were always like this, since the moment I knew you, and I really wish I clocked that this behavior was unacceptable sooner. I wish I clocked you were being gross, and I really fucking wish I knew you were sexualizing minors sooner. That way I could kick you to the curb sooner. The Dragon Balls can't fix your behavior. Nothing could. Stay gone. Stay away from the people you hurt. Stay away from any online communities. Stay away from the people I care about. Stay away from my friends, and especially stay as far fucking away as possible from my wife. The fact that you have done nothing but exasperate—
Yeah, defend your wife. Defend your wife. I'm sure she's very turned on by this white knighting. You know, women love when you do that. It's, you know, it's their biggest turn on, is you white knighting like this. They love that shit.
her trauma and made it linger far longer because vagina is the only thing that lives in your—
Being an incel doesn't mean you're some putrid person. It just means you haven't lost virginity. Yeah, I guess if we're going based on the technical definition, rather than, like, the way that they're using it. I assume when they say incel, they mean, like, you know, misogynistic fucking freakazoid, but, you know, I guess if, like, yeah, they're married, so, like, they're cooked. Dude is actually cooked.
Your head? The shit you said about me is projecting so hard, I'd say you belong in a classroom if you were allowed 200 feet near a goddamn school. She didn't—
That's strange, but okay.
Didn't deserve any of what you had done. She didn't deserve what you had sent, and she certainly didn't deserve any of the shit you were saying about her behind her back. You know what she deserved? An apology. And then a statement that you were going to stay away from her circles as long as she fucking lived. But shit, I guess 1 out of 2 isn't bad. You best hope—
I love your streams. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Hope I'm not in your area ever fucking again. I might not remember your address, but I'm certain the stench will lead me right to you.
What a strange thing to say.
Well, right now would be a perfect time.
I'm not an incel if I haven't tried to lose my virginity. No, you'd be a volcel if you just don't care.
Time to decompress, but we still have much to go through. But hey,
an incel is somebody that is, like, a virgin and they, like, don't want to be.
Hey, how you holding up? Drink any water yet? Can't blame you for watching this on an empty stomach, but be sure to eat.
Also, you don't even have to be a virgin to be an incel. Like, you could have, like, had sex in the past, but you're unable to get it currently. Like, let's say you used to get hella bitches, you know, in college or some shit, but then, like, you know, you start balding in, like, your early 20s, and then, like, throughout your 20s, you're not able to get bitches. You might become an incel, right? You gain weight and start balding, like, and then women aren't into you anymore.
Eat something. Me? Don't worry.
You have a Discord server? Yes, it's linked in the About section of my channel.
I'm just gonna down a tungsten ton of Diet Dr. Pepper to wash away the sorrows. Anywho, take it away now, Donnie.
She got onto my case for talking about things I like too much, saying that I need to go outside because I'm talkative about my interests. I'm literally autistic and hyperfixate. That's hard for me to help. I've always been open to her and literally everyone that I have autism. Sorry that I act upon being autistic?
Okay, so this is just a straight up lie. No, Donnie, I never told you that you were talking about things too much, and I never told you to go outside. I never used any of that borderline ableist phrasing towards you. First of all,
ouch.
Both me and my partner are neurodivergent, but I'm aware internalized ableism is a thing, so I'll be—
Yeah, I'm sure I have a lot of
going over our DMs. The only time we ever talked about autism is when I brought up once that there may be a possibility that I too am autistic. I am neurodivergent, but
yeah, we know
that is due to my complex PTSD.
No, you're autistic. You have the autism accent. I'm sorry. Like, I can just tell.
Ableist about it at all. I just noticed how I had symptoms/traits relating to autism. That's all.
Right.
But I want to focus on the touch grass
Oh, you're definitely autistic, but, like, you have the bad kind of autism.
Accusation that Donnie made, because you want to know what happened when I searched up the term outside? The only times I ever bring that up is when I was venting about the fact that I was trapped in my apartment like a hermit crab, because I was afraid to go outside.
What? Dude, is saying go outside fucking ableist now? Are we fucking for real? Okay, dude. Alright, sure.
Not only due
Right.
to my symptoms of PTSD, but also because I lived in an area that was dangerous due to me still living in proximity of my abusers and my rapist. That is why you see many things have been censored in the screenshot. So thanks, Donnie. Thanks for making my trauma about you when it had absolutely fuck all to do with you and your autism. Just so you can label me ableist.
Oh yeah, she also made racially insensitive statements about anime, saying that anime supports pedophilia.
She said this to me in call too, and yet she still added me to her Discord server.
Okay, so Scarlet corroborates the claim despite this not being true. Despite what Donnie likes to think, this is not a real thing I told people. Let's get something out of the way real quick. Scarlet,
Okay.
I still added you to my private Discord server because I
This is such a stupid
considered you a pal.
thing to care
Despite your
about.
hobbies, if I really hated anime that much, why would I ever want to talk to you? It's almost like, unlike you guys, I don't make assumptions about people. And Tippy, I'm gonna need you to
I don't know if I believe, bro. Whenever I hear them say Tippy, I think that they're talking about like our Tippy, like Tipster. Yeah, it is kind of a stretch. It's like I don't think that's racially insensitive. Like there is definitely like a huge problem when it comes to like, you know, the sexualization of like, you know, minors and characters that are ambiguous in age, I guess, when, you know, anime. Like it is a very prevalent issue that needs to be done away with.
shut the fuck up. But you know what? Let's play your guys' game. Let's actually believe the delusional take that I think everyone who likes anime is a pedophile. And since Tippy here is the embodiment
I don't think that was the claim, though. I don't think that they were saying that you think that everyone who likes anime is a pedophile. Okay.
of anime,
There's like multiple layers of retarded. It's like they're playing a game of telephone, but it doesn't make any fucking sense because there's screenshots of what the people are saying. Why are we playing this game of telephone still?
they too are a pedophile. And they are. But not because of that. It's because they groomed a minor by desensitizing them to not safe for work content and also protected people who hunt around groomers.
Whoa, Jesus fuck. What the fuck? Bro, okay, you're gonna have to show some
and
receipts.
pedophiles. Even in these people's delusional take of me, I'm still right somehow. God, how do I do it? Honestly, Donnie
Stop.
making this claim makes them look worse compared to me. You wanna know why? Lolicon and Shotakon. So does Donnie, Scarlet, and everyone else in this server support Lolicon? Because now that's the thing that I have to wonder. Because the only time I would ever say this piece of media supports pedophilia is Lolicon and Shotakon. Because it is. So which is it? Are you implying that you support Lolicon and Shotakon, or did you purposefully exaggerate and make up this claim as a means to paint me as racially insensitive? I want to state this now. I do not think all anime is pedophilia, and I do not
Oh,
hate
thank God for your brave, controversial stance.
anime. Rather, I am very heavily critical of anime. There are some anime and even manga that I have read that I do enjoy. My partner sat me down to watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and I enjoyed it. I didn't hate it. The reason why I am very critical of anime is due to the normalization of a lot of fucked up shit, and that includes pedophilia. There's
Okay, I agree with
a
that.
lot of tropes that are very harmful to anime that is normalized and even romanticized or treated as a mere joke, and that is why, unlike these fuckers, I don't
Yeah, I gotta agree with her on that. Yeah, she's kind of right.
excuse things like lolicon and shotakon, sexual assault, or misogyny. Very common things that are in anime.
Oops.
Japan has an issue with not taking sexual assault seriously. Japan has an issue of misogyny being ingrained in their society and even
Yeah, I mean, this is all
culture.
true.
That is not me purposefully painting Japan in a negative light or mocking their culture. That is a fact. Japan has had an issue with this stuff for quite a while. Me,
Yeah, I mean, this is tantamount to my takes about, like, you know, fucking shitholes in the Middle East and how Islam is used to oppress women, which it is. You know, the same way that Christianity's been used to oppress women, which it was. None of that should be a hot take. It's like, cultures where women are forced to cover their you know, their ankles and not given rights, and gay people are, you know, treated like shit, and aren't allowed to exist and be themselves. Yeah, those cultures are inferior. I'm sorry.
stating that fact does not make me racially insensitive. And it's really
No, I gotta agree with that.
fucking weird that these guys think that. It is on the same level of weeaboo behavior. Basically, people
Okay, go back to, like, saying dumb shit. Like, dude, stop saying stuff that's, like, agreeable. It's
do
boring.
glamorize and treat Japan less so like a country and more so like heaven and excuse anything problematic as a means of, that's just their culture, which is really creepy. How do I know this?
Yeah, I agree.
Because I've dealt with these type of people in my childhood who ended up doing really fucked up shit to me. That traumatic experience led me to think more critically.
No, why are we... going back to this isn't like a trauma. It's just like you were making a good argument.
It's anime. So no, I am not
It's not about you.
racially insensitive due to my opinions on anime. You just wanted to paint me as fucking racist, Donnie, so thanks for that. And fuck you, Scarlet, for corroborating Donnie.
She snapped at me for liking Ginga Desatsu Weed.
Why?
Because it's an anime.
What's wrong with the funny dog show? What?
She has a hatred for anime because she thinks that anyone who likes it supports pedophilia.
Dot.
Man, she will fucking hate me on those premises alone.
I beg thy pardon?
Tippy, I hate you for a plethora of reasons, not because you're a degenerate weeb. Shut the fuck up. But did you notice Donnie changed the claim on the spot? Let me explain. The original claim was that I didn't like anime because anime itself supports pedophilia, which, in a way, it does. Not
Well, not anime in of itself. That part's incorrect. But yes, there are certain animes that support it. And it might be more prevalent, in that sort of culture. I think that's a fair assessment.
all of it, but some do. Again, Lolicon and Shotokan exist. However,
Huge whip energy to say it's racist against Japan to criticize anime. Yeah, for sure.
Donnie changed his phrasing here. Donnie is now claiming that I have a hatred
I actually think she's in the right for this specific
for
point.
anime because anyone who likes it, anyone who enjoys watching anime, is a pedophile. And with Donnie bringing up that he likes a certain anime, and I apparently snapped at him over it, Donnie is now insinuating that I think he's a pedophile. Fucking great. And that's my whole issue here with this claim. This claim doesn't even make sense. You want to know why?
No, I agree.
Because Michael watches anime. Well, guess
What? Oh,
I'm dating a man who I think is a pedophile.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
As if that makes fucking sense.
Yeah, to be completely honest here, I'm tired of watching people forget that I exist. Which is ironic, given that this thread is nearly halfway
Yes, we get it. You're the main fucking character.
about me.
You're like the greatest white knight of all time.
I feel like
Get over yourself. You're fucking whipped.
Deed wouldn't be dating someone she saw as a pedophile. To clarify, again, no. Deed does not hate anime. She's just noticed that a disproportionate amount, especially ones popularized here in the West, tend to feature sexual harassment or pedophilic behavior either as
this is
a means of sexualizing characters or for comedic effect. Sometimes both.
Hello, cute cell. Why, hello.
But Deed has seen a decent number of anime that she's enjoyed. Both of
Yes, I've been up all night.
us have watched and liked stuff such as Full Metal Alchemist, Spy X Family, Dead Leaves, to
I don't
name a few.
care. Yes, you like some anime.
Something I feel like literally any of you would know if anyone had come up to either her or me.
Stop talking about shit nobody cares about. Talk about like how you're like not a rapist or some shit. I don't know, dude. Or like not like an abuser.
Spoke to us. But no, let's, ironically enough, generalize and boil down my partner's criticisms against anime to something batshit insane to paint her in a negative
Yeah, I wonder why this video is 7.5 hours.
light.
With that being said, let's actually talk about the funny dog.
Bro, I'm gonna be going for 14 hours at this rate. It's gonna be 14 hours of streaming for this one video.
Show that was mentioned. Because Donnie mentioning this literally gives me a defense towards one of his earlier claims. So Donnie made the claim earlier that I forced him to enjoy horror, that I pressured him to like horror, when no, that was not the case. He likes horror on his own accord, and I simply wanted to help him find
Bro, we're gonna be doing a fucking 24-hour stream at this rate.
recommendations. Now,
Lamau, this is just hate watching IDKY. I'm hooked. I don't know why I'm hooked either.
God, do not even recall Donnie talking about
How many people watched all 7 hours? I'm probably one of the only people that's ever gonna watch all 7 hours, and you guys are gonna watch an even longer version of it because you guys get to hear me talking about it.
this anime, but what probably happened, if it even did happen, which I don't believe it did, but in this case, let's pretend it did, when me and Donnie were talking and he said he didn't like horror, I probably brought up this anime. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, what does an anime with dogs have to do with... Yeah, Livy just called an anime where a bunch of dogs and humans get brutally mauled to death funny. Let that be known. And this right here proves that I've had every right.
Well, it depends on the framing. I wasn't particularly terrified of what I was just seeing on screen a second ago.
Again, if this conversation did occur. I didn't snap at Donnie for liking the anime. What probably happened is that
Like, it could be the case that jump scares are significantly worse for him than, I don't know, fucking that.
questioned Donnie, because if
To be honest, they deserve each other. Good for them. You know what? Yeah.
Donnie is saying he hates horror so much...
It's like how iDubbbz and Anissa are, the worst couple that's perfect for each other. It's just like, dude, fucking have fun being cucked, I guess. Like, have fun being miserable and having no soul.
Why would he be willing to watch an anime?
You know, I've always been so fucking scared of becoming like iDubbbz, right? Because iDubbbz used to have a soul, used to have passion, and it's like you see it, like the soul slowly gets sucked out of him over time. And it's like, I feel like that happens to me as well. Like, I feel like I used to have more of a soul. I used to be more energetic. I used to be funnier. You know, it kind of sucks. And I think a lot of it is just like mental illness. But that's the thing, is like sometimes I am still kind of funny. So.
Where dogs and humans get mauled to death and features a shit ton of blood and murder. It doesn't make sense. Make it make sense, Donnie. And for the record, no. I don't care that you like this anime, Donnie. If anything, I am only bringing this up to bring up the hypocrisy and the fact that nobody did the simplest Google search of this anime and would have realized how this anime has elements of horror. Or rather, it has elements of horror that Donnie claims triggers him. So why is he perfectly fine with watching this anime, but when I talk about horror, I'm a piece of shit? The fact even Livy—
I don't know, probably because he's like retarded.
—seemed to have known what Donnie was talking about, why didn't she call him out? It's almost like it's confirmation bias.
It's almost like everyone in this community is like a fucking complete retard spurg. Holy shit.
And knowing what I have—
You're just getting older, Femi? Yeah, that's not good. It means I'm losing my whimsy. It means I'm becoming more mentally ill. That's not a good thing.
known for years—
I shouldn't be experiencing this at the age of 21.
They have to baby Donnie, because Donnie would never lie. He always tells the truth.
Yo, true.
After all, he's the nicest person in the community.
Well, we all go unk eventually. Yeah.
Right?
Let's take a moment to segue into a duo spawned from the pits of—
You know, putting the word foreshadowing, you know, sort of ruins the foreshadowing. You know, foreshadowing is meant to be subtle.
hell. One being prominent within this thread, the other simply a lurker, yet his name is mentioned quite a—
It's like they're so bad at like storytelling. It's like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna put, you know, I'm gonna foreshadow something and then, you know, put parentheses foreshadowing. Like, okay, dude. All right. Could you imagine if you were reading a book and every time they fucking foreshadowed something, you know, it said parentheses foreshadowing? Like, you'd fucking put the book down instantly. You'd be like, this is a fucking piece of shit. Why am I reading this fucking absolute garbage? Like, what is this?
a lot from a certain individual. Let's have a chat about Keyblade Master and Tippy.
Alright, copyrighted music.
At the same time because of the cloak and dagger situation. In fact, neither of us were there for it, so don't expect an explanation or breakdown on it. This is not the place.
I'd read it. It sounds like something someone would do as like a joke. But like, not like consistently. You know, I could see someone doing it as like, but it's like these people are like so fucking self-serious. Like, they think that they're being clever. But, like, the thing is like, I could see someone doing it if they're, like, deliberately making, like, a shitty fucking story. Like, you know, if there's, like, a story where, I don't know, it's about how, like, you know, Count Dooku rapes General Grievous. Like, yeah, you're trying to make it as bad as possible. Like, if it's meant to be as bad as possible, I guess is what I'm trying to say, then it makes sense. But like, they're not trying to make it as bad as possible. You know, like, they're trying to tell a story here, and they're doing such a shit job. You know, for normal people, we don't have to put foreshadowing when we foreshadow things. We just do the foreshadowing. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
It will, however, be referenced because I have my own—
Unless, of course, the entire piece is complete satire. In which case, you know—
with it. No, the actual reason we're talking about these two simultaneously is because they kind of intertwine in terms of their actions within the thread itself.
It gets to a point where something is so online that you have the ability to say, I don't care. These people that have not realized that they have that ability. I don't know if they have that ability, to be honest.
So let's talk about it.
Oh, Tippy meaning is— yeah, it's like, dude, they're talking about a different person called Tippy.
Let's start with Tippy, because Tippy—
Bro, I keep thinking of our Tippy, and they're talking about a completely different Tippy, and it fucking throws me for a loop.
Weird. The reason I say this is because Tippy almost comes off as being our defense team. The reason why I say almost is because Tippy is still going out of their way to agree with everyone that I am a terrible person and Michael is being abused by me. However, there were quite a few times where Tippy was not only semi-understanding of where I was coming from, with, granted, exaggerated and straight-up lies of what happened, but not only that, there were multiple times where Tippy
Dude, the fucking dramatic music.
would go on and literally give me free counterpoints. I'm not kidding. It's not
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
to say they didn't spew bullshit, however, which we will cover. But for now, let's talk about the defenses they give. For example, with the kinning claim, Tippy goes on to say this.
If it's to an obsessive level, for that to even be the case, it has to go further than just appreciating a character, expressing yourself via relating to a character, and using scenes or moments to convey how you feel. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, that's true. That's a correct point. That's like the thing that I said.
Then maybe you should shut the fuck up, Tippy.
Glad to see we're on the same page, Tippy, because you are right. Relating to a character isn't wrong, but reaching to an obsessive level for relating to one is. It's
Okay, well, nobody was doing that, so I don't know why this is a part of the discussion.
I spoke to Donnie in the first place. But of course, that's not how Donnie portrayed the conversation as. Not only that, but Tippy is the only one to ask for actual proof of me telling Michael not to associate with people anymore. Finally, someone asking for evidence. Let's see what proof Donnie gives Tippy that they and
but you don't like it when I ask for evidence,
everyone else
obviously.
immediately believes in afterwards.
Wait, I have a question. But she's literally telling Silver not to be friends with any of you guys.
Yes, I know this because she blocked me out of the blue, and also controlled my friendships.
As far as
Like, it's just like, I don't know, dude, if you have pattern recognition, you could probably be able to tell, like, yeah, this is the type of person to be like that. Yup.
I'm concerned with Silver, by the way. He doesn't seem to fully agree with her. But on the other hand, it is concerning.
Don't mind me. I'm just losing my fucking mind right now. It's fine.
Honestly, getting accused by multiple people of abusing a partner is a red flag. I don't know about you, but I've never been accused of being abusive. Yeah, no, it's like, okay. I think, well, okay, it depends. Because, like, let's say, for instance, you have a partner that's, like, lying about you constantly. Then maybe in that case, you might have multiple people that are, like, accusing you of that if you're not. And I think that that's, like, you know, but I don't think that that's what's happening here. Yeah, it keeps, dude, anytime I hear, no, whenever I hear whenever I hear them talk about Tippy, I just think of Tipster.
It's perfectly.
Dude, maybe this is like, you know, Tipster's secret burner account. Maybe this was Tippy on an all. You know, you never know. I don't know.
Over here.
I don't think it would be.
So, beyond the fact, Tippy, that
Could you imagine just like, you know, them hiding in plain sight?
I just grew up and understood the terrible things that Avi had done to her and the horrible things that had happened to her. You guys
But like, you haven't explained what those are.
understand I can not
What happened to caring about evidence? Oh, we don't care about that anymore.
agree
It's like only a standard evidence for thee, but not for me. Okay, dude.
with deed on things, right? Like, that's not even a statement on.
How long do you think it took these two clowns to record this 7-hour mess? 7 hours, probably.
Her as a person.
There had to be several edits and reviews? What? Why? Based on what? I mean, yeah, I guess
And it's
there
not
were some.
grounds that she's
Yeah, it probably took them like 8 hours to make.
abusive or even a shitty partner. It's just a relationship.
How big do you think this video was in the hard drive? Considering it's only in 720p, probably not very.
But
for the video length, probably like it's like still multiple gigabytes, but like not anything like too crazy.
hey, I don't know. Maybe you and Key are just happily mind-hyped like that.
There's also a point in time where Tippy theorizes this idea that the reason I find Hollywood Undead being labeled emo as an insult is because emo does have a lot of negative connotations, but apparently it is plausible to describe something without inherently being negative in this context. Okay, I'm just gonna stop you there. First off, I don't find it insulting because emo is a negative connotation. No, it's because Hollywood Undead isn't emo. It's like if I labeled a country band.
We're still back to this. We're still talking about this.
And hip hop. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, 2-minute thought process, 7 hour of talking bullshit. Yo, that's true.
Fortunately, there have been many bands that have been wrongfully labeled as emo, such as My Chemical Romance and Panic at the Disco. Despite these bands refusing that label, they are, to this day, labeled as emo. However, there is more argument for these bands being closer to emo than Hollywood Undead ever could be. Yes, there is a negative stigma towards the word emo, but it isn't inherently a bad thing. See, Tippy kinda gets my perspective, but also doesn't, because Tippy then goes on into a conversation that, for the sake of their privacy, I am censoring, because it turns personal and they
Dude, I can't with the fucking music.
even interject my
Like, this shit is so self-serious. This is what I mean. Like, if you're gonna have, like, this tone for the video, you can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, like, describe when I'm doing foreshadowing. It's like it doesn't make sense with like the tone of the rest of the video. Like, it's just so discombobulated.
Trauma into this, which, fuck you, Tippy, for that, but, no, Tippy. Whatever the fuck you said here is way off and completely wrong. I do not see Hollywood Undead as emo, because it isn't emo. Enough said.
This is so autistic.
There's also a claim that we haven't gotten to yet.
This is what I mean when I say it's very obvious this person is, like, probably more autistic than me, because they're fucking arguing over this shit.
That.
Yeah, we're arguing over whether or not a fucking band is emo again. Like, we're talking about abuse allegations, and this is the fucking shit that we keep going back to. It's like a fucking brainworm. It's like actually a brainworm. Like, if you want to troll this person, just be like, yeah, I think these bands are pretty emo, dude.
Infuriates me. Because Tippy is on my side, but because of how this claim is presented, Tippy doesn't realize they are not only on my side, but share a similar mindset as me. So, let's go over the best friend claim.
There was also a time where I was being devastated over losing AdSense since my absolute best friend for 4 years, and I said, I don't know if I can have a best friend again. Obviously, I don't stand by this anymore considering Hiiiiii. And Silver's girlfriend just tells me, calling someone your best friend just leads to manipulation and abuse anyway. Not gonna lie, I was in tears when I said that.
I mean, the music
So
kind of goes hard, but like, it just doesn't fit with the rest. It doesn't fit with the video.
that response just stings.
Not be rude, but what the fuck kind of logic is that? Why would calling someone
Bro, what is this?
on your best friend lead to that kind of stuff? I don't
Bro,
get it.
Imagine being a voice actor for
Said
one
that
of
calling
these
someone your
videos.
best friend is wrong because it leads to bias.
That really depends on the person.
Okay, I sort
That one was AI.
of get, but I also don't.
Personally, me and my used to be IRL best friend. It's fine, we are online friends now. Have plenty of things we disagree on about things we like. Still like the
Yep, that one's AI.
dude, but I won't assume he is always
I like how they get like one like voice actor and then like, yeah, and then they just
100%
AI.
correct all the time. And I wouldn't expect the opposite extreme.
Like, yeah, considering someone a best friend can be tricky in places, especially if the claim can indicate a bit of
Like, you can tell which one's AI versus like a real voice based on how autistic they
favoritism.
sound.
With that said,
Yeah, TikTok ads, fucking
not every
TC
case of
ads.
people being best friends with someone will
I know, it's like she's so insufferable that it's entertaining.
lead to bias. It's stupid to think that all the cases of someone being a best friend to someone else is considered to be biased, or will lead to manipulation
Dude, I love being a hate watcher.
and abuse anyways. The fuck are you talking about? Like,
I don't even know what's happening
actually,
anymore.
even if these are claims that Deed has said to your face, or you're responding to things that Donnie has said to you, which you probably shouldn't be listening to, honestly, the fuck is your issue? This isn't your problem. You don't talk to Deed. What the?
Hey, thanks, Tippy, for giving me a free counterpoint because you are correct. Not every case of people being best friends will lead to bias or abuse. However, in my case, it certainly does. And this is why Donnie purposefully left out the context and is using my trauma and weaponizing it to paint me as crazy. So let me show you how the conversation actually went down.
I also realized one particular friendship I had was extremely toxic. It's not her. It's someone you don't know. But like, she
I could see why they took this video down.
was so aggressive and made a joke saying I'm an easy target due to my height. And she treated me like I'm stupid and was very violent.
Oh god, yeah, that's awful. What the fuck? I'd never do shit like that. You know, my ex-best friend did stuff like that too. Telling me heinous things that I do not wish to disclose. It's awful. I'm sorry, Donnie, you didn't deserve that at all.
There was one really bad thing she did that I don't know why I forgave her for.
Was it rape?
Well, for me, I defended them because I labeled them as my best friend. I told myself, my best friend could never hurt me. We tried defending those we care and love, you know?
Yeah, she expected me to support her violence when I have nearly been murdered.
God, so awful.
Yo, thank you, Ibrahim Robinson, for the 2 saying the sun is up on the East Coast, Femyoz.
I'm sorry, man. Just to get further context, I vented multiple times to Donnie about my childhood best friend. See, the person that I'm talking about is someone that I was close with for about 8 to 9 years of my life. They were the first person I ever befriended in elementary school, and unfortunately the relationship ended on a very sour note. Because over the years, they found a different social circle, and they went on to say and do some very harmful things to me. Many of which were downright abusive, and I downplayed it, because they're my best friend. They wouldn't intentionally hurt me.
Bro, I don't care about this. Talk
They're my
about the
best friend.
allegations.
Like,
Talk about the allegations.
Care about me.
Bro, I feel like I'm turning into Bo Blacks. Talk about the allegations.
Right? I pretty much excused their behavior and the hurt they caused simply due to
get to the fucking point, dude.
the best friend label
Get
we
to
had
the
for each other.
point.
It also doesn't help how our friendship started in the first place. The day we met was the day I planned on committing suicide, and I didn't tell them this detail until years later. After I did, however, they'd bring it up continuously. Almost like a
That's such a crazy coincidence, though. It's almost like it didn't happen.
badge of honor telling me I'm the reason you're alive, and if it wasn't for me, our friendship, you wouldn't be here. I don't want to go into the details of what this person did to me.
I mean, yeah, if they did that, that's shitty. I don't know what that has to do with the, what you're talking about right now.
But they were verbally and emotionally abusive, is what I will say. But yeah, in my personal opinion, I don't like the term best friend because I don't like treating my pals in this hierarchy system. I treat them all equally. Like, am I closer to some more than others? Sure. But I don't like putting this label on someone because the last time I did that, I excused the outright abusive behavior they had. So that
okay, fair.
is why I shared my opinion on that with Donnie. I simply told him my personal opinion and belief on the term best friend. What Donnie should actually be saying is, she said that calling someone your best friend doesn't feel right and even wrong because it leads to bias. It led to her getting abused. That's why. But
I don't think that that's what leads to abuse, though. That's not what that means.
no, Donnie wants to paint me as crazy and nonsensical, hence why the context is
It is a little bit crazy. It's not the fact that you called them, like, your best friend, though. Like,
completely redacted from
like, yeah, it might make it, like, easier for you to, like, sweep for them if it's your best friend, but, like, yeah, just be more careful with who you call your best friend. It doesn't mean that there's something wrong with calling somebody a best friend.
the retelling of this. I never told Donnie to stop using that word. I never told
Yeah, maybe the point is to get people to lose attention.
Donnie,
so
you're
they put all the important stuff at the end. It's like the Vosh context video.
not allowed to call someone your best friend. Rather, I was just sharing my own personal experience. That's it. So thanks, Donnie. Thanks for taking a traumatic moment in my life and painting it as if I am crazy. As if my
You're welcome.
best friend didn't already try doing that. So thanks. Thanks for that, and fuck you.
Whoa,
You know what
that's not
is
very
crazy,
nice.
though? You agree with me, Tippy.
Yeah, this is what boomers think that Gen Z is like.
Yeah, you go on to explain why you had a hard time calling someone your best friend. It's crazy that you shared this deep personal thing, but never once thought that maybe it's the same for me. But no. That doesn't
Dude,
matter.
This is so dumb. Who cares?
Because the narrative has already been painted that I'm this psychotic
Bro, the
abusive
fact that
bitch that deserves
this is just like part 1.
to have my
Bro.
shins kicked in. But aside from that, Tippy goes on to say that I'm extremely unhinged and fucking stupid in regards to the anime claim.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I gotta agree with Deed on this one, on the anime thing.
I don't want her near me, especially since I'm an anime fan. That, and she went on the record about how she feels about anime, so I don't want her near me for that reason. I had a terrible experience with people like her.
Good, because I don't want to be anywhere near you either, Tippy. Because I too have had terrible experiences with people who justify sending borderline porn for nothing more than a fucking meme.
She sounds so serious.
Oh, I should probably explain that.
Why
now, huh?
so serious?
So, Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger was a shit show, but it is the reason why Tippy and Keyblade are no longer on the internet. As far as we know, at least. The only thing that I took from Cloak and Dagger was 3 things. 1. Keyblade is an asshole and a literal simp for someone he wasn't even in a relationship with.
Wow.
Despite
Simp for someone. Who does that remind me of?
being in a relationship himself. If anyone is actually deserving of the label simp, it is Keyblade, for sure. 2.
But yeah, not your husband who white knights for
Tippy
you.
is perfectly fine with protecting people who associate with literal groomers, though that's not surprising with what I'm about to say. And 3.
Really?
Cloak and Dagger is so on the fucking nose with its name, it's like you are wearing a literal red honking clown nose.
Used to describe an exciting story involving secrets and mystery, often about spies, or something that makes you think of this. Right.
Right, Susie? Because holy shit was this entire situation used to cover up grooming allegations. No, I'm not
Really?
fucking kidding. But you wanna know what's crazy about the whole Cloak
Come on, show us the
and Dagger
evidence.
fiasco? Other grooming
Please.
allegations were completely fucking ignored.
Yay,
Although this is
grooming
public information, for the
allegations.
sake of the victim, I will not name them. But Michael and I
Oh,
found a Google
great.
document of someone outing Tippy, Keyblade, and many other individuals
Does it have evidence?
for doing creepy-ass behavior. Keyblade more than Tippy.
Evidence?
From screenshots that I've seen, Tippy was basically complicit and was perfectly fine with people being
Uh-huh.
inappropriate around minors, which,
Really? Would you like to show the screenshots?
to me, makes Tippy predatory and a groomer themselves, because they
No screenshots.
did not care to share lewd imagery with a minor. They basically
Are you going to show screenshots where they're saying this? Please.
desensitized minors to adult material.
Screenshots.
And nobody, I mean
Screenshots.
nobody, talked about this for quite a while. The only time I saw this being talked about was in terms of
Screenshots.
Keyblade and the shit he said in the Rachel
Show the screenshots.
document, because yes,
Oh, you're not gonna show the Google document. You're not gonna show the screenshots. What's the fucking point? You're not even gonna tell us where you could find the Google document.
Even Rachel saw Keyblade for who he was. A groomer. It pisses me off that no one talked about the
Right, we're gonna take your word for
actual
it,
issue with Keyblade and Tippy. No. Instead, it was a fucking Discord call, bitching, whining, yelling, and having hero-esque monologues just for Tippy and
bitching, whining, and yelling. Oh God, what does that
Keyblade
remind
to
me
fuck
of?
off. Surprising that
Man, we've almost watched this video for 2.5 hours.
Worked, honestly.
Well, a lot longer because I've been pausing it, but you know.
Now, I do want to state that in terms of the timeline, these allegations regarding Tippy and Keyblade were made after the Cloak and Dagger call was made. However, knowing the shit that we know about the SEC, they know things about their members and will brush it under the rug. I personally believe Susie and others knew about the shit Keyblade and Tippy did and just never brought it up nor questioned it, even though it would have fucking benefited them to call Tippy and Keyblade out for who they are. Fucking creeps. But no, and
I'm so fucking... Oh, I can't do this. I can't watch 7 hours of
quite
this.
frankly, to this day, I only ever hear about Cloak and Dagger. I don't hear about these serious allegations. In
Okay,
fact,
I can reserve energy by keeping my eyes closed, okay? I'm doing this.
the serious allegations that were made aren't even brought up on their wiki pages.
Oh, we have to... okay, I don't care about this.
So yeah, I feel like these grooming allegations have been undermined, and that needs to fucking stop.
Undermined? That's not a word. You mean undermined?
That's why I'm talking about them, because I don't fucking care for these two individuals.
Okay, can you show us the grooming allegations, please?
They deserve to be known for what they are, in my opinion. Degenerate, weeaboo-ass child groomers. Well, I've already
Right, so like, what's the evidence?
said his name a plethora.
You show screenshots of their Wikipedia things, but not of the actual grooming allegations or any like grooming shit. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Times. So let's talk about how Keyblade fits into all this. Key is pretty non-existent in this thread. His only contribution was calling someone named Ash a cunt, comforting Donnie, and corroborates for Donnie on one of the claims that we'll get into shortly. However, there was some
I don't care, man. Stupid.
thing that Tippy brings up that I'm going to talk about because this actually does relate to the creepy shit Key did. Publicly, mind you. So take it away, Tippy.
Well, I recall Key mentioning this to me.
Oh, now we're gonna show screenshots. That's interesting.
That she just blocked him, like out of the blue. Maybe I'm getting this wrong, but he was clueless when she blocked him.
Oh boy, do I sure love when people feign ignorance even though they know exactly what the fuck they did. Alright, time to talk about my history with Key.
Wait, what do you do though? I'm so confused. What did my goat Tippy do, bruh? It's not even our Tippy, it's some other guy named Tippy. I didn't even know there was multiple Tippies out there. But like, what the fuck they do? You didn't show any screenshots.
Key and I were pals for quite a while, and can you guess what happened that caused me to block his ass and to stop talking to him? Say it with me now. Avi. Yeah, Key was still following and associating with Avi despite me sharing the sexual harassment I had gone through. And
but like, you didn't prove anything. Stupid crazy.
so
bitch.
I made the choice of blocking his ass, and you want to know something? Key had a conversation with someone about this, so he knows exactly what it was about, despite claiming ignorance in this conversation as well. I was given permission by this individual to share this screenshot.
How do you know that they
Chat,
know?
however, their name will be redacted. Here's how the conversation went.
Hey, Keyblade, you there? Huh, redacted. It's been a long time since we last talked. What's going on?
Holy text-to-speech.
Redacted, are you there?
Sorry, I went to bed. I was just wondering if you knew anything about what happened.
Bro, do you like not have like the ability to like get people to voice act for the rest of the video, bro?
Happened to Deed since I got booted off of her server. Silver just told me.
I have about as much knowledge as you since I also got booted off her server, removed from a friend list, and blocked on Twitter. In fact, minus Silver and Redacted, nearly everyone that server has been removed and unfriended by Deed. So I'm baffled as to what the hell happened.
From what I was told, Redacted blocked Deed, and Deed felt as though everyone was being dishonest to her after that. Basically what happened with Doodle back in 2017.
I see. Well, this is not good since she basically threw away a bunch of people who genuinely considered her a friend.
Yeah, man. I totally threw away a bunch of people who genuinely considered me a friend, didn't I?
Yeah, that's what it seems
That's
like.
why you guys chose to dismiss my trauma over the years I knew you for.
No, it's because you were being a fucking crazy bitch and not providing evidence. And like, not only did you not provide evidence, you provided counter evidence.
Or disregarded what
Yeah, tung sahura voice.
he did to me and engage in a thread that's accusing me of being an abuser. You guys totally cared about me.
You can care about somebody and also criticize them for their actions. What are we talking about?
Hey, at least Redacted called your ass out, Key, and you know what? Outside of Michael, they were the only person who cared about me. Which is why-
wow, because they agree with you. Anyone that agrees with me is someone that cares about me. But, like, everybody else doesn't care about me because they, criticized me, Anyone that stands up to my bullshit is, like, they're anti-me.
We're still talking to this day, and why I want fuck all to do with anyone who was involved with the Avi ordeal. So shove it. There is, however...
Yeah, you better shove it. Or, as, Cyrax likes to say, sit on it and rotate.
Something I do regret, actually. And what I regret is that I didn't block Keyblade's ass sooner. So,
hell yeah. That's some real regrets, man.
as a reminder, Rachel called Key a groomer, and he freaked out about this, but everyone was on his side, including me, unfortunately. Had I have known the actual context of what the fuck he did, I would have tore him a new one, came up with 15 new nicknames towards him, and 7 new slurs just to use against him, and then never
Wow, that's a lot of slurs.
speak to his ass again. So let's talk about my semi-involvement in all this.
Whoa, dude,
To get it out of the way,
awesome.
Rachel called Key out for being a potential groomer.
Whoa. Whoa, that's crazy. TW grooming. Hey, casual little reminder, but if you're an adult sending lewd shit to minors, you're a creep and a potential groom. No, you're just a groomer. Kindly get professional help. Eat shit and back away from any decent human being, please. Bro, who's being accused of what? What are we talking about?
Why did she call him a groomer? Because
Wait, where? What did she call him that? She's just saying in general.
publicly, on Twitter, he tagged a 17-year-old to a lewd image for the purpose of the joke being, haha, I gave a minor a boner. I found
Yeah, that's like pretty fucking weird. Yeah, I don't
out
know
about this, and I quickly messaged Key, and I essentially told him what the fuck happened, and he spiraled. He was sort of giving me context, but also not, because some of the shit he said did not matter to me. The way he
Was that the guy that was like doing creepy shit towards the minor?
described it to me was that he made a bad joke. He did
Bro, what's the fucking joke, man? What are we talking about? Bro, do we really want to read this shit? Okay, I'll give the rundown of the situation. So lately, an ex-homie of mine, Ash, has lately been showing some quite toxic behavior. Blah, 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 blah. Who fucking cares? Shut up and get to the point. There's a joke. Blah, blah, blah. Getting dragged for drama.
not matter to me. The way he described it to me was that he made a bad joke. He did something.
I want to get less drop on the bomb. I feel okay. A picture I sent to him because he's a minor and picture have bro. But not 18 plus lewd. What the fuck does not 18 plus lewd mean? So it's lewd but not bro, what the fuck is non 18 plus lewd? That doesn't make any fucking lewd is 18 plus. Okay, this guy's a retard.
Stupid, it wasn't malice, it was just a mistake, but people were twisting it to be something worse than it actually was. So
No, this guy is like a fucking freak. Yeah, that guy sucks. I don't even think about that one. That was pretty obvious.
I told him again, what the fuck happened? I basically told him to show me what the fuck he sent. I will let the conversation explain the rest.
Bro, I'm gonna be real, bro. Just based on that alone, he's guilty. I don't even need to know what it was.
What was the photo? Show me the photo. Key, please.
I will show you the photo. I just need to find it. I found it. But heads up, this picture is related to one of your triggers, so are you sure you want to see it?
Show it to Silver first then. I'm in a call with him right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, thank you. I'ma be real. Depending what was on the photo, I was about to throw hands. You really shouldn't post shit like that without permission. Just, for me, learn from this lesson. I don't think you're a creep, but just keep your anime shit to yourself.
Bro, what? Bro, if he's sending sexual shit to minors, that's like creepy. What the fuck you mean, bitch? Bro, wait, do you even know what the photo is, though? Like, how is that gonna change your mind? You didn't even see it, bro.
Honestly, I think it might be for the best, considering the mess it somehow got me into. But yeah, I'll do that in the future.
Hi, hello. I'm stepping in to give further context on what happened that night because I was actually there for it as well. See, Dee was at work when all of this was happening, and on her breaks, her and I would tend to spend time together via a Discord call. So we were in a Discord call when—
Of course they're on Discord. Who would've guessed?
her and Key were having this conversation, which is why when Key said he couldn't show Dee the photo due to it possibly triggering her, Dee told him to send it to me. Here's the problem with that. He didn't. He sent me an entirely different photo that had nothing to do with why he was being called out by Rachel. This is— Infuriates me because the photo he sent me was of a grown woman in a lewd position, so I told Deed that the image wasn't that bad, which is why she relayed to Key, don't ever do this shit.
Yeah, well, if you're attacking a minor with that, then, like, that's, like, still really fucking weird. Like, that's, like, bad enough.
Did fucking again. We
like, I think that's bad enough to say, this guy sucks.
thought it was a genuine,
You're, like, probably a groomer.
stupid
It's just, like, pattern recognition. There's no
joke,
joke.
and overall
Bro, where's the funny? Just, like, use your pattern recognition skills, dude. Why would you believe
mistake
that
that Key made. But this was under false pretenses, as when we had gone through the victim's testimony, we found out what the actual image was, and it pisses me off because had I have known what the actual image was, I would have torn him a fucking new one. The image was a group of anime characters in very scantily clad clothing, 2 of which are underage, making the image lolicon, which is why we are refraining from showing it to you, even if it's censored. It infuriates
that's fair.
me that Deed and I trusted Key. We didn't think he would lie to us.
I mean, we didn't think that, like, the pedophile would lie to us, because, you know, pedos are usually really honest.
We didn't think he would even be that fucking stupid. But given the fact that he lied in the Rachel doc, which led to the eventual
if he's sending sexual shit to minors, then yeah, he's probably a fucking
retraction of his testimony within the Rachel document, I think it says a lot about Keyblade's character. He knew what he was doing, he fucked up, and the fact that Rachel knew just goes to show. Groomer Game really do recognize Groomer Game.
I also want to point
it's just pattern
out that despite Key not wanting to trigger my PTSD, this incident still caused a very intense PTSD episode for me. Reminder, I was at work when this happened, and Michael, over Discord, had to help calm me down. I don't want to go into the details of it, but it was bad. It was very, very bad.
No photos, no proof. Well, in the DMs, this guy, like, admitted that he was, like, tagging a minor with sexual shit. So I do believe them on this one, because it's like, well, if they're sending sexual shit to minors, then yeah, they're probably, like, a pedophile. Like, I don't doubt that for a second. Just, like, based on pattern recognition, I think they're right about this one.
So fuck you, Keyblade. If it wasn't for Michael being there, I don't know what would have happened that night, but it was fucking intense and hella scary to go through severe flashbacks and dissociating in an empty office space 11 p.m. at night. I hope
But then she just, like, finds a way to make it about her. That's, like, the issue. I do believe them on this specific point. I don't think they're lying about this one specifically. It's just pattern recognition.
Never see your face on the internet ever again. Ever. I
think it'd probably be better if they, like, censored it. Just, like, show the censored version.
Thinking to yourself, is that it? No. Because in comes Donnie with quite a few claims made towards me that have to do with Key. So let's just get this done and over with. We're gonna start with the best friend claim. Yes, there was more to that claim that I haven't shared yet.
How much fucking longer is this shit, dude? I don't know how. Bro, I can't keep doing this. Bro, I'm bored. I'm going to bed. Night, everyone. I'm barely even awake. Ugh. Oh, I'm so tired. I'm so fucking sleepy. Oh. How can I keep doing this? Good. May I get verified on your Discord? Man, I don't know, man. I don't even know who you are. No offense. But I can jaw mog you. My maxilla will be slightly recessed. Yo, why do my maxilla be slightly recessed, bruh? What the fuck is this? Why is my maxilla recessed? Let's restart the video from the beginning tomorrow. Oh god, no. It's a whole rabbit hole. Sleepy meows are hot. Thanks. Ah. My makeup smearing on the right eyelids because my eyes get all watery when I, oh, I see it. Yeah, it gets all fucking watery when I'm sleepy. Anyways, see y'all later. Bye. Love y'all.